live. Time to start streaming. Okay. Okay, great. Now it's actually doing what it's supposed to. It's episode 9. July 27th, 2026. We're live, folks. We're live. We are so live. Alright. Let me maneuver this around a little bit. Because I should have a chat. A chat that I'm not really seeing for some reason. Is this big enough? Is that big enough? Live chat. Alright. The stream was not working. Had to come back, okay. This thing. This one. Yeah, okay. When I'm in this window, the chat is not visible for some reason. Right? Yeah, what's the deal with that? Why can't I see people on the screen? That's odd. Should be here. I mean, it doesn't need to be gigantic or anything, but I want to edit this thing. Messages fade after 45 seconds. Maybe change that to like 70. The background color is invisible. I gotta pick a font. How about Arial? Make it black, please. Can't really see it otherwise. I can't see it. I can't see the chat. Why is the chat not showing up on the screen? If I get this here. Work with me. Work with me, folks. Gonna turn this off. Copy this URL. Paste this URL. Incredible content. Thank you for your brilliant content. Yeah, no, this is wonderful. I'm sure you guys are loving this. I'm sure this is really knocking your socks off. Sent flow. Jules? Jules? I don't even have a chat up and running here. What is wrong with this? Why isn't this working? It usually works. Okay, maybe it's because it's connected to the wrong chat or something. I don't know. Enter username to ignore? What is that? Okay, well, let's just delete that one. Let me add. Can I... Where is your stream's chat? Okay, it's right here. Save this. Let's try this. Okay, you guys can see that, right? Socks are knocked. I repeat, socks are knocked, brother. I appreciate that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing stuff. Okay, listen. You can see this box, right? I'm not crazy. Yes? I don't know what that is about. I don't know why the font isn't showing up. Helvetica. How about it? Right? Line height could be 0. Letter spacing. Word spacing 0. I don't care. A little bit of stroke maybe. I'm not sure. Stroke can also be black. I don't care. Text shadow. I don't know. How about that? Is that okay? Well, now there it's not. I don't know why that's not working. The waiting room chat. See, look, the waiting room chat. I can't tell you why, but it works. The waiting room's chat works. You can see that. This, it doesn't. In fact, look, it's already broken. The thing that's supposed to scroll at the top of the screen, it's broken. I don't know why. Yes, you're crazy. It just doesn't work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You know, I try to make things nice. I try to spruce things up. Excuse me. I try to make things nice for you people. And it just doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Why isn't the chat doing what it's supposed to? I don't even... Inch resting, bless you. It's nice. I like the clouds. Yeah, I mean, well, you know. Windows knew what they were doing, I guess. But this is not... Is it white? Does it need to be like all white font or something? Okay. I am baffled. Because I've done this before. I've made this work. And for some reason it's not working this time. I just keep putting this chat here. Is there a way for me to just... Can I use OBS to put the chat up here, please? There's got to be a way, right? I can't be crazy. I can't be crazy. I've got to have... I'm not going to turn the stream off and on again. I've already done that. I've already done that, okay? I'm just going to have to take this browser, and I'm going to have to turn off the one I made and just paste the old one. We're just going to have to use the old one. See, now you can see it. I mean, I had this. Look at this, see? A second angle. How cute is that, right? I was trying to do something nice. And this is what I get, I guess. Last time I tried to do something nice. Here we go. Here we go. This'll work. This is like effectively what I was going for. This is what I was going for. See how this is like the stream right here? I actually didn't have an image for behind. I was gonna come up with an image that would go behind me. I mean, I guess this camera can actually go over the wallpaper technically, since it's green screened. So there you go. I also like the idea of maybe me going over top of that as well. So I can put my hand over the chat. I could be like, hey, don't look at that. I find that very cute. I find that very creative. That stokes me. That stokes me in certain ways. Let me say this. What can Chaney do that is nice? What does that mean? Up close and personal? Yes, I agree. I don't like how I can't hear. I can't hear the audio. Okay, 1 second. I have 8 voicemails. Holy cow. I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm trying to set something up here. If I turn on the ambient audio, then you hear double, right? That's not supposed to do that. Oh, great. I think my TikToks were successful because I've got a bunch of people. Holy cow, I've got all these people calling in.
Saw a video on Instagram talking about how you a man and want to get pregnant. Ha. Only if I'm the one getting you pregnant.
Okay. Yes, there was a video of me on Instagram talking about how I wanted to get pregnant. Make it that picture of you in Minecraft. I'm not going to do that. See what you attract? This is, I mean, this is on, okay, yeah, this is sort of my fault. I'm not going to take ownership of this. Okay. Okay. He's going to impregnate me. I don't know. Okay, then I'm glad. I'm glad that the TikTok was successful. I've got so many... 1 second here, folks. Give me a second here.
I don't know.
See the... Don't we all?
Nigga, you wrong, bro. I don't know what first come on TikTok getting your ass up on the coke pregnant. Nigga, you wrong, bro. Nigga, you wrong.
I'm wrong. This one doesn't even understand anything.
Hey, I saw you on Instagram.
He saw me on Instagram. At least he's being honest. You know, I appreciate that. Okay. 1 second. Give me a second here. Yeah, the phone call does work. The phone number does work. Obviously, it works. I mean, this is... Okay, this is where it's usually at. This is what we're usually dealing with. This is where we have our prompt. Phone number is a little bit larger. Can put it over in this corner. The point is... I hope I'm not misleading any of the people who are trying to call in today. Marketing is working, Chaney. Are you live on TikTok? I'm not live on TikTok. I need 1,000 followers on TikTok. I only have 500.
Hey, calling in to check out the show. Wanted to talk a little bit. Let me know if this would be something you want to do. Leaving a voicemail.
Sure.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy. Literally, what am I supposed to say? There's like a prompt. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's true. What are you supposed to say? There's supposed to be a prompt. I've got 2 people who won't stop calling me in. My original plan... Okay, come on. Give me a second here. My original plan... I had some things I was going to do here. I had this tier list I had set up that I wanted to rank. I mean, we can do the regular talk show thing. I was gonna. Give me a second here. This person won't stop calling. Yo, what's going on? Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Your stream is very delayed right now, but I have a question. What do you think about bronies?
Bronies.
Yeah.
I think they're harmless. The bronies I've ever known, I don't think they're that big of a deal. Why? What do you think about bronies?
Are we talking about the same bronies here? The
You
My
tell
Little
me.
Pony fans?
I mean, yeah, like a My Little Pony fan. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen them do anything wrong. At least not recently. I feel like brony is like a 2012 thing.
Have you ever watched the show?
I mean, like, my little sisters would watch it whenever I was still living at home, but like, I don't... What? Am I supposed to hate them? I don't know. You tell me.
No. You're not supposed to hate them, dude. I'm just trying to find questions to ask. I don't even know what to ask.
Well, you don't have to come up. I appreciate the tenacity, but like, you're not hosting the show. I appreciate that you came in guns loaded. Give me a second here. Let me ask you something, actually. I'm working on something here. What do you think? What's a hot take that you've got while I look this up?
Dude, I don't really got one. I don't know.
You've got one. Everybody's got one. Everybody's got one. Don't, like, you have one. You just don't really want to.
No, I'm being so real right now. I don't know.
You don't know. I don't like this. Okay. Then I guess I'll ask you a better question. What's your like what would be your what's your favorite food? What's your favorite food?
I have to go with Chinese food, General Tso's.
General Tso's chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
All right, man. I gotta get off of here.
Hey, no,
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, thanks for calling in. I'm putting things together right now. Forgive me. I'm putting things together right now. Give me a you just kept calling. I felt bad denying your call. You called like 4 times. I wanted to actually take your call. I was like, I'll give you a second. I'm setting something up here.
Dude, it's like you're struggling with the chat, man. Come on.
No, I was setting up in the chat. I've got like this thing I'm trying to stream here. I like this. Okay, I got something going here. All right, yes, thank you for calling.
All right, man. Have a great rest of your day or night.
You too. Have a good one. That guy was nice. I don't have... Oh, man, these people just won't stop calling. The regular suspects in chat tonight? Yes, that's true. That's true. These streams start slow, but you gotta get the... Yes, thank you for sending the gift, Goober. I got a couple gems earlier from another person. X-Lacken. X-Lacken gave me 200 jewels. I don't know what jewels are. I don't know what I can do with those. I don't know if that's... I don't know if those are equivalent to cents. I'm not entirely certain. But thank you. Thank you for the jewels. Thanks. Thanks for the jewels, I suppose. Yeah, no, I've got 600 jewels now, everybody. I'll go ahead and I'll buy something right. I'll buy myself like a soda. I don't even know how much that is, but no, I'm serious. Thank you, because you don't have to give me anything. Let me pull this up. I have a tier list I wanted to rank tonight. That's what I wanted to do. Display to capture. Here we go. Yeah, okay. This is it. This is kind of what we're dealing with here. I have to crank this up. So it's like, you can see this, right? You can also see all my other bookmarks and like personal banking information. That's not true. Don't go looking. You're not going to find it. I've got this here. Okay? I've got this here. Does this make sense to you? Okay, wait. This is not right. I have to... Give me a second here. Alright, we're doing something new. Turning off the Windows wall. Oh. We'll turn off. The call number will stay. Prompt will go away. Input capture can leave. Well, it can stay, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Where is it? Where are you guys at? Which part of this is you? Oh, browser. Turn that off, because I don't need you there, okay? I don't need chat on the screen necessarily obstructing, okay? I'm going to put myself in this lower corner here. This nice little comfortable corner. I'm going to take this, shrink it down, and look at that. Isn't that something? Isn't that just cute? I fit right inside of it. I fit right inside of this damn thing. Ain't that something? This was my plan for tonight, okay? I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. It'll be there. Anybody can call in. I reserve the right to not pick up the phone. Here's the deal. I have a tier list of different guy archetypes. I'm going to be ranking them, and I'm going to be taking calls infrequently to ask for people's input on them, okay? Is that fair? Am I allowed to do that? Not that it's like, okay, this isn't working. That's not where that goes. Do you want us to not see the whole list? Oh, no, I mean, like, it's kind of... We'll go through it together, okay? We'll go through it together. We're going to work on this as a team. Everybody understand what's going on? I'm going to call this guy back because he won't stop calling me.
Hello?
Chat with Chaney. You're on the air, man. What's going on?
I have a joke to tell you.
I can't wait.
Are you ready?
Yes. Yes, I am.
How do you make a tissue dance?
I don't know. How do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it.
All right. Mods, if you can find whoever that caller was, please ban them. Please ban them from the chat. I don't want them coming back. I don't want them coming back to the stream, okay? If you guys can find him, please ban him. Okay. Thank you. But yeah. Okay. All right. I don't have mods. No, I don't. I'm completely fronting when I say that. I don't think he can get banned. I also don't even know what his name is. I have no idea. This other person's calling in as well. I think they just want to say something. Here's the thing. I do want to do this tier list here, but I've got these people who won't stop calling. I feel bad. I feel an obligation. I should feel no obligation. I feel no obligation. Okay. Okay. Put a little boogie in it. Yeah, okay. It's a bad joke. All right. 1 billion screaming Chaneyaks hiding being bald is wild. What? Is that bailed? Oh, wait, you're talking about the male archetypes. You're not talking about me. Okay, forgive me. Sheesh. Okay. I've got this pulled up here. Let's go together. Let's take a look together. Let's be friends. We've got every male archetype here. We've got 5 tiers that we can go with. The homie, which is like someone I would consider a friend of mine. Kinda based. I don't know. I don't like the wording of kinda based. I'll just say cool. I like that better. I like just going with cool. Kinda based. I don't like based is a tired term. I'm bored of it. Harmless is good. Jail. Just like lame / would not hang out with. And then death penalty. I like death penalty because that's aggressive. My boyfriend got lots of technical at a news beach while juggling machetes. Should he have a donor testicle grafted onto his scrotum now or wait till Easter when scrotum surgery is cheaper? Why is scrotum surgery cheaper on Easter? Why did I just answer that? Why am I acknowledging you? Why is that the chat Whatever. Okay. Okay. Is the double background audio annoying at all? Okay. I hope it's not. AAA gamer. His Reddit notifications. I'm not reading my. Okay. AAA gamer. I don't know a lot of people who. I feel like most people are AAA gamers. That's harmless. I don't feel like that's something that I would hardline. Most people are gamers. Most people like to game. Like. That's like anybody. Everybody plays AAA games. I'm gonna play a AAA game. I'm gonna play GTA 6. I'm gonna play. I play Battlefield 6. It's fine. It's like they're good games. You know my stance. Yeah, I know you don't like gaming, Nathaniel Wheeler. Not listening, waiting to talk. I feel like that's everybody. I feel like not listening, waiting to talk is everybody. I feel like it's almost better to have somebody not listening, waiting to talk, because most of the time what you have to say isn't that good. So it doesn't even matter. Like, most of the time it's fine to have someone who's not, like, we're all not listening, waiting to talk. That's happening. That's the truth. Okay? Do you agree with that take? Hello? You're on the air.
This message has been transcribed. 1 minute.
I'm not doing that. If you're going to transcribe the message, that's not happening. I don't trust that phone number. The only time that happened was when there was the Baba Booey guy, okay? That's not, oh, you're calling back? You better not be transcribing it. That's not happening. That's not happening. L-take, it's not an L-take. It's true. Everybody ever is waiting for their turn to talk. Okay? That's just the truth. You want to feel like you're some kind of an active listener. Not true, man. Not true. Everybody wishes they were more active listeners. That's not true. Most of the time, you're just waiting to say a thing. Answer the 8. That's you? You're calling? All right, fine, whatever. He paid money. I have to. Doesn't mean they're not listening. Yeah, like, just because, I mean, like, higher than a gamer. I mean, I know people who are not listening, waiting to talk. I'm guilty of that. Is this like a bot? Is Tarot Card Destroyer a bot? They're just putting things in chat that doesn't have anything to do with this. What is he saying? He's just spamming nonsense. Who is paying for this bot? All right. You're getting timed out for 24 hours because I don't really care. It's a little bit too cryptic. You're not listening to him? I need to take a moment of self-reflection. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let me answer this phone calling. Chat with Chaney. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Chaney?
What's going on, man?
Not much. So, I feel like I got something I could probably bring to the table. So, I'm a homeless veteran, and I live in my car. So, I just kind of wanted to get on here and maybe share my story a little bit or chat it out with y'all.
All right. I mean, we're kind of doing something else, but that doesn't really matter. I'll take a call. What's going on,
I know
man?
you. I know. I was in chat, and I know you're dealing with a lot of stuff. So if you can't handle a whole lot, that's cool. I mean, I can call back.
No, I mean, hey, I'll hear you out, man. What's going on? Let's chat. That's the whole
All right,
show.
man. So I'm 30 years old. I live in Kentucky, and man, I've rented apartments, and I've done the whole. I don't have a college education or anything like that, so I mainly work this and that kind of jobs. But man, over the years, I've started to realize that, and this is kind of like I try to give this advice out to single guys, and I know people that have a family, but man, like I'm really against renting places nowadays, especially for single men who are capable. Man, I don't know. Living in my car has been one of the greatest decisions that I've ever made. Like to this day. Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
So, I mean, sorry, go
How
ahead.
do you make that work?
Man, so I took my front seat out. So I drive a Lexus, and they're not the car that I have. Like the seats don't lay back in the back. It's kind of more of a sporty type deal. So I had to take the front seat out, and this isn't like the first time that I've done this. I was kind of as I was growing up, I was a little bit of a troubled kid, so I'm used to living in like couch surfing and living out of vehicles and things like that. So I am kind of prepared for this, but man, it works, dude. Like anytime that I had an apartment or I had a house, like granted, like I had to stress about making so much money, and not only that, but like I'm a gamer and I would PC game, so man, I would just get stuck in the cycle of I would come home, I would game, I would drink, and I wouldn't go out. Didn't I still don't really have any friends, but now I'm getting out. I go out hiking, I go canoeing, walking. Like I don't have those things that are like tying me down. So it's been a really great experience. So thus far, um, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. While you're trying to talk to me, there's somebody spamming in the chat. This person keeps coming back, and they keep spamming in the chat. They're saying cryptic things. I have no idea what's going on. All right. All right.
It might be a it might be a cryptid. And
Hey.
speaking of that, I have seen one before. I've look, dude. I've been out in the woods enough to know, and I've seen, dude. Yeah. So it might be one.
A cryptid? You've seen cryptids? Is that what you're saying?
I've seen. Well, the only what I've seen is the only like when I googled it, it came up as a skinwalker. But yeah, so like, all right, so I'll dive into a little bit. So I lived in Woodbury, Tennessee, for a little bit, and worked at the Hardee's down there. Anyway, I had some friends with me as well, and they seen it too. It wasn't just me. So I was driving up a country road. It's a 2-lane. We're going up through the mountains, and if anybody has drove up through the mountains, you know that on one side you got a steep hillside, and it, like going up, and then on the other side there's a guardrail where it goes down. So driving at night, I had my friend in the back seat and his girlfriend in the front seat because she was a big old girl, and so we're going up this road out in Woodbury, Tennessee, and I'm going about 40 miles. I'm going up the hill, and so to the right of me is the hillside. To the left is the guardrail that goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen what I thought was a dog coming up that hill at a rate of speed that was just there's no animal or anything that's going to come up that hill and come through that guardrail across the road that fast. And I thought it was going to run under my vehicle and hit my and like I was going to hit it with my back tires, but it dead stopped. It stopped all of its motion as if like it wasn't affected by gravity or anything, and it dead stopped and sat at my door. It was running on all fours, kind of looked like a small dog, but there's no way it was a fucking dog, dude. Yeah. So just saying, you might have a cryptid in your chat. I don't know.
Dang. That's. I mean, over in Tennessee, it's probably out there in like the Appalachian area.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I mean
that's.
well, no, actually, no. Woodbury, Tennessee is like more. That's more. No, I mean it's not Appalachian, but I mean it is kind of. It is a little rural, I would say.
Sure.
but I lived in Harlan, Kentucky so I live in one of the major cities in Kentucky, and I was born here. But I when I moved and was kind of estrayed, and as a kid, I lived in the southeastern Kentucky area, and that's where my son lives actually. And I'm telling you what, man, all that shit that you hear about the people talking about, I believe it. I like when I seen that thing in Woodbury, like it was like okay. Um, I still go camping by myself, and I'll still do things, but it is that incident is always on my mind for sure.
Interesting. That's crazy. I mean, I've had like everybody's got like those stories, you know. This was how recent was this?
It wasn't very recent. This has probably been about 5 years ago, but it's you know so like I didn't like afterwards after it was me and my buddy's girlfriend who was in the front seat. She seen it too,
Hmm.
and we both started like that kind of like when people see a ghost and they cry. It's kind of like I don't even know how to explain it. There's a sense of emotion that comes over you, and you just start crying. Probably like the same thing that would happen if you was to see an alien or something. That's the only way I can explain it. But
Hmm.
that happened. Yeah, it was crazy, and we both started, and yeah, and that's how. And ever since that day, I was like, okay, like all the shit that they're saying, and I don't know, not to put a tinfoil hat on or anything, but
Sure. I know what you mean. I think if you see something like that, it's probably pretty jarring. I can't,
yeah, no,
can't believe in that.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So and actually, so Woodbury, Tennessee, when I was working down there, I was like, I was dating this married chick. That's a whole nother, and that's but
Okay. Wait a minute. All right.
yeah.
The story about the cryptid is something, but now I'm like my eyebrows are both raised. You were
I
dating
think
a married chick?
so. I was pretty young. Yeah, man. So look, my mom lived in Woodbury, and I moved in with them, and I was working two jobs. I worked at the Krispy Kreme in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and then I worked also part time at the Hardee's in Woodbury. So Gretchen, this chick down there, oh dude, I should not. Well, I'll say we'll
Gretchen at
say
the
her name.
Hardee's? Oh man.
Bro, so she was my supervisor. Like she came in, I had just started. It was probably like my first, maybe my third week. And my manager was like, "Hey, we have a supervisor that's coming back from maternity leave, and she'll be, blah blah blah." Well, when this chick comes back, dude, I'm like, okay, and she's bad. Like she's cute, and dude, like she pursued me, and like when she told me she was married, I was like, okay, first of all, like I don't really agree with that. So you're gonna but she was like, yeah, well he beats me and all these things. And I'm like, okay, well, women say that you're gonna have to show me some proof.
Hmm.
So she did. So she sent me pictures of like photos of her arms and stuff being bruised up, and so anyway, me being a young, I think I was like 23. I'm ready to come save this chick. You hear me? I'm putting my cape on, okay? And this ended up lasting for like a long time. And he ended up knowing it wasn't too long before he found out. And I wasn't the first one that she had like this wasn't the first scenario. Okay, like she had been doing this. And the crazy part about it was she was 17. The how she got with him and her parents forced her to do it. It was the story she gave me was crazy. So, yeah, the whole situation down there in Woodbury, Tennessee, was wild. It's a wild ass town. If you go down there and spend any significant amount of time, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man.
17? This woman's name was Gretchen. She worked at a Hardee's. She routinely cheated on her husband, who was abusive to her, and she was 17 years old?
No, where'd you get that from? No. So when I met her, she was like, I was 20. Where'd you hear that from?
I thought you just said 17.
No.
Am I crazy? I thought you said that.
No, maybe no, I don't think I ever. No, she wasn't that. Dude, she was a supervisor. I told you she just got off maternity leave when she was my
She was married at 17.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, that's where I
Yes,
heard
yes,
that. I was listening,
yes.
and then you said she was 17. I missed the first half of
Yeah,
that.
not when I
Forgive
was
me.
messing with
That's
you.
why I
No,
reacted. I was like,
I am
oh wow,
sorry, bro. No, yes.
oh my
So,
gosh.
the story apparently, so she is originally from Bulgaria. She was in a Bulgarian foster home, and her adopted parents from here in the States went over and adopted her, which is fucking weird in and of itself, because why are they going to Bulgaria to adopt children, right? And like her parents are white as fuck and like upper class, that whole thing, okay? And they went to a very strict Baptist. She said it was, what is it? I think she said Southern Baptist. It's some shit that I've never heard of, and like some cult ass shit. Okay, so basically, she started dating this dude in high school, got pregnant by him at 17. And her parents were really high up in the church, and this was her daughter that got
Mhm.
pregnant out of wedlock. So in order to save their reputation, what she told me was, and I believe her, like the relationship me and her had was actually kind of legit. It's a shame that everything happened the way it did.
Mm.
It probably was a good thing, but anyway, like I felt for the girl
Mm.
because her parents basically forced her and him to get married to save their own reputation. So
Mm.
this whole time she's getting abused. I'm like, do your parents know about this? And she's like, yes, they do know about it. I complained to them about it, but they, the dude, like, so her husband, the forced husband, like the dad, took him under his wing, taught him electricity, got him a good electrician job at like $32 an hour, set him up. He was there, bro. It was some arranged shit. You know what I'm
Huh.
saying? Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
What a
So I think,
that's a situation.
bro, that ain't half of it, dude. So I told you I have a son that lives in southeastern Kentucky, right? Well, his
Mhm.
mom lives down there too. And when I moved down to Harlan, bro, so like yeah, so these people down there in southeastern Kentucky, like all the incest shit that you hear about, people talking about like hillbillies and shit, dude, that's real. That is real, man. The chick was fucking on her own brother while she was pregnant with my son. I had to go get a DNA test done on him and everything. Wild shit. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Shit.
I'm
What the
telling you,
fuck?
bro.
What?
I'm not capping, bro.
These
Like
are real places?
these are real places, real people. It's
Oh my
I should be on Soft
gosh.
White Underbelly, dude. Like really, Soft White Underbelly needs to hit me up. Like for
Oh,
real,
that's
because it's
no,
bro.
yeah. That would be an episode. That would be a real episode. I would be sat for
Yeah,
that. Holy cow.
yeah. So everything was cool up until like it's been about 4 years now, and like my dad has always been like the biggest role model, or he was. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
we was kind of estranged like when I was a kid and stuff, but like about 4 years ago, I moved back up to where he lives at to try to get custody of my son. We were taking her to court. We went after her. We bought lawyers. We did the whole thing. Well, me and him start getting reconnected again and start realizing, and dude, he fucking wrecks his motorcycle and dies. And after everything that happened with, with my baby mama and old Gretchen down in Woodbury, dude, I was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And me and my mom, we don't really have the best relationship. Um, but yeah, man, I've done the whole move with drugs and trying to battle that, um, which I've conquered. So
Hey,
like,
props to you, man. That's
yeah,
not
man. I
easy.
mean, I still smoke a little weed. I'll drink a little bit, but I'm not. I went through the whole cocaine phase, air duster phase. Like it was a whole mess. I was a mess, man, and so I'm that's why I wanted to call, and that's why I was adamant about trying to get on here because people just listening, no matter what you're going through, like you can definitely pursue and get through it, even if you don't have people. And really, I don't know if this is a real religious thing, but I did find God along the way, and I really feel like God has been there for me. So yeah, man.
Hey, props to you, man. That's very inspiring. I mean, that's against all odds, really. That's an incredibly difficult position to pull yourself out of.
But I feel like it's not that bad, man. I really feel like there's a lot of people that have it worse than me and have done better than where I'm at, you know. So I'm not here to really I'm definitely not here to brag or anything, but like at the same time, you know, I don't know. I just want people to know that it's okay. And I guess the main thing that I realized within the last 6 months is like I was really living my life to try to appease other people, like my parents. Like I really, you know, once my dad was gone, I was like, man, I can kind of, you know, I don't have to really live my life to try to anybody else's favor. So
That's
I'm just
good.
kind of doing me now.
That's good. That's great. You know, that is inspiring. I appreciate you calling in. I've got to let you go because you've been on for a long time. I've probably got other phone calls. I was trying to. I got something else I was gonna dedicate the stream to, but I do appreciate your call. That's really.
No problem, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to hear me out, and thanks for accepting it and give me a call back. I appreciate it.
For sure, man. Yeah, thank you for calling. That was really something.
Yeah, you have a good night, bro.
You too. Have a good one. All right, chatters, people in the chat. They're like, oh, who is this guy? First stream, who is this guy? He's the guy who called. Okay, he called, and then I answered it. I'm trying. Okay, I'm unpinning the Peter Thiel message. That's not that funny. I'm trying to make something happen here, but I am horrible at telling people no. I'm horrible at cutting people off, and I think that guy was a diamond in the rough. That was an interesting story. I was really interested to hear that. I found him to be very inspiring. Some of you might be bored of that story because you're too busy. You're not actively listening. Talk about actively listening. Calling me not an active listener? I'm actively listening. I just actively listened. What are you people talking about the Phil Collins song? Okay. Moderator, singular. Time anybody out for 10 seconds who mentions Phil Collins. Time anybody out. 10 seconds. Can you do that? Yeah. Time anybody out who mentions Phil Collins for 10 seconds. That'll keep you busy. It's going to be so difficult. It's going to be so hard for you to do. Good luck. Anybody else from here on out, if you mention Phil Collins, you get timed out. You get timed out for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. It seems that Chaney has taken on the role of a tyrannical dictator. Yeah, how about blow it out your ass? That's what I have to say about that. What about Peter Griffin? What are you even asking? Okay, I'm going back to my thing. This is what I was gonna do here. Okay? I'm gonna go through this list. I'll have a couple where I'll phone a friend. I'll ask you, why did this legendary singer get caught up in... I like that. The workaround. The legendary singer. He's already worked... He's not saying the name because he knows. Should we give all praise to Peter Thiel and Peter Griffin? That's a silly question. The Genesis song, Blow It Out Your Ass? It's not bad, y'all. It doesn't delete the messages. It's just like... It silences them for a few seconds. It's like 10 seconds. It doesn't delete them. It just silences them, I think. I don't know how it works. This isn't Twitch. I mean, YouTube is scuffed. All right. Going back onto the list, all right? Press 1 to be banned. Yes, exactly. Quiet now. Okay. Open and often horoscope hater. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like really, really hating horoscopes is just as bad as really, really loving horoscopes. It's like a horseshoe in terms of annoyance. I'm thinking specifically for me. In social situations, if somebody is despising horoscopes because they're like, oh my gosh, it's so dumb people believe this stuff. It's like, I mean, it's not smart. It's not like the most amazing thing in the world. I don't believe in horoscopes. But like, hating on them so much, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to hang out with you. I'd rather not speak with you. That's just annoying. Like, that's just as bad, if not worse. Because the people that like horoscopes, they're understanding. They'll explain, like, oh, you just don't want to listen to my horoscope because you're Taurus. That makes total sense. And I'm like, all right, fine. I mean, that's not what it is, but whatever. But then these people will just be like, no, dude, this is ridiculous. This stuff sucks. It's like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Here's a non-silly question. Should we embrace a more cooperative and passive role in foreign policy or a more aggressive one against historic enemies of the U.S.? That's an excellent question. My concern is not with the foreign policy. It's all domestic. I don't like answering questions about foreign policy because I'm not that well versed in it because I met people who are not interested. That is too much work. I would rather concern myself with the domestic case of the United States. I think that we need to focus here. That's what I think. I'm not interested in answering questions of foreign. Because we don't, I mean, in terms of maintaining foreign relations, it's important because you need to have like a certain global market. But no, I think the most important thing we need to look at is keeping people happy outside the country and then focusing on ways we can better make the United States. That's important to me. It's always something global. Why are we always concerned about other things? Okay, I'm not going to get into a political. I'm rating guy archetypes. I'm not talking about politics. What do you think of the most important domestic policy concerns? Okay, this is not what we're doing. Gottfried Locke, I appreciate you, but this is we're ranking male archetypes. We're ranking male archetypes. We're not talking about foreign or domestic policy. I'm not an expert. I'm a 24-year-old YouTuber. I'm ranking male archetypes. Why are you asking me this question? Okay. This isn't Nick Fuentes yet. YouTube guys, 500 subs and 2 videos a year. I feel like that's just a guy. I feel like that's just a guy. I know people that are like that. I feel like some people just use it as like an archive. Bomb Iran or give more thanks to Peter Thiel. That's just a tough situation, man. That's a rock and a hard place. I gotta stop reading your chats. Why do I keep reading your chats? I'm not doing that anymore. Male archetype of guy who won't stop talking about foreign policy. Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. How much would you suck a dick for? Yeah, that's like a guy who comes up with those hypotheticals. They're harmless. I don't prefer to be around them, but I'm not going to hate a person for that. The thing is, this whole tier list could be just one tier that says it depends, because it obviously depends. It all depends. But I'm being strict for like a bit, you know? For like a bit, okay? If that makes any sense. Let me see. Somebody who's always kidding? Like Zach Hadel, but if he sucked? I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I could agree with that. Let me see. So how much? Oh, look, we got a chatter in there. Oh, I was just kidding. We got both of you back to back. How much would you suck a dick for and always kidding? That's you, Toasted Toast 7335. You're both of these things. Always kidding is like cool. I've known people who are funny and always kidding. Like just joking around. Like someone who's always joking around is like never kind of serious. Like that's just a good person to be around. I don't know about it can be annoying, but most of the time like I'm fine having like a good time. It depends. Like if they're always kidding and it's not funny, then that sucks. But if they're always kidding and it is funny, sometimes I need that. Sometimes I'm like having a bad day for the worst reason. I'm like, oh, traffic sucked. And then this guy's like joking around. Like, that's fine. That's fine. So strictly, metaphysically, if you're kidding, the always kidding means always kidding. I mean, listen, this is an arbitrary list. I'm supposed to read these things and create my framework, okay? Yeah, they want to show joy. Toasted Toast gets it. You're not thinking about this like a woman. You gotta imagine it from a woman's perspective as best you can. No, I don't. I didn't say anything about that. This is my perspective. I'm not doing it for chicks. I mean, I'm not ranking that. This is for me. Wrap it up, rotisserie chicken. Okay, I don't know what. Who are they talking to? Get a woman on the line. Put a girl on. Put a girl on. The line is open. You can call. The phone number's at the top of the screen. I'll take input. If somebody wants to contest rank dudes, yeah, can I rank all of them? If somebody wants to contest my opinion on any of these, call in, and I'll answer that. That's fine with me. Instagram tourist is harmless, but it's lame. Okay, I'm going to add another tier, actually. Oh, shoot. I got to add another tier here. How can I add a new tier? I'm going to add one tier below this. Harmless but lame is an important distinction. What's the color? Why aren't you just doing what I told you? I called you with it. I have to add a new one. Harmless but lame as Instagram tourist. Okay, that's fair. Instagram tourist is somebody who is like, whenever they're on a trip, they're always taking pictures for Instagram. That's what it means. No middle tier. There's, okay, 5 tiers is fine. Okay. Oh, there are? There's 2? That's a problem. Germa fan, enough of you, okay? Enough of you. Enough pointing out my flaws. You point that shit out in my Discord all the time. I can't deal with you. I'm trying to be fair. I am an inexperienced tier list maker. I'm not used to ranking people. How about that? I'm not used to ranking human beings. Call me fucking crazy, right? Fuck you. I've got a caller. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Hi, Chat with Chaney. How are you?
I'm at war. I'm at war right now with the chat. What do you want?
Oh, with the chat. I think you sound like you're at war with yourself because you're the only person you don't have to like listen to chat. You know that, right?
I do have to listen to chat. There's 30 people watching this stream. If they're going to watch me hang out? They're going to watch me jack off? Like, what is this?
Okay,
no.
well, if you're gonna listen to chat, then I mean, how much would you suck a dick for is lame. That's so lame. Do not hang out with that guy. That guy sucks because literally any amount of money that you say, it's gonna be like, yo, really? What's wrong with you?
That's actually a really good point.
No, there's never like an amount of money that you could ever say that they'll be like, yeah, that's fair. You know what? I would too.
That's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. It's a trap question. I've never found it charming. I think that they're not as bad as open and often horoscope hater.
Yeah, wait, a hater is like, no, you're right. That's annoying. Like, to be a hater of horoscopes, like, it literally does not matter. Why are you so pressed about it?
Listen not to her deceit, says a chatter. They're talking to you.
Not to her deceit? Oh, I'm deceptive?
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Would I eat fresh melted butter out of the microwave? I don't know. I mean, I have.
Dude,
I've used it to base things before. Like on bread.
All of my homies ask dudes how much they would suck a dick for. All of my homies say that.
All of them?
True. Chat is right. Chat is right. No, the coolest dude I can think of is a guy who asked that question.
Haters equal waiters at the table of success. I like that. I've never heard that before. That's excellent. Haters equal waiters at the table of success. Because that's just one of those like that's one of those dumb quotes that like my aunt would post on Facebook. That's beautiful. I love that. Haters
that's great. Waiters. That is really great.
I know you didn't come up with that, but I love that. I love that. All right, get off the phone. I appreciate that input. I do, but I was convinced otherwise. I'll take one more caller. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
All right.
Oh, hi.
Hi, what's going on?
Wait, hold on. I have to mute the stream.
Do you have a contention with anything I've got here on the board?
No, but there's a couple that I see that I would like to go through.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. I'm not ignoring you. Just wait for a moment. Yeah, what a douche. I sent gifts and you treated me like crap and didn't listen to me at all. Don't accept a call if you are preoccupied. You're right. You're right. It's not the same person. This is a different person. The phone numbers don't line up. I apologize. If you call back in, X-Lacken, I will take a call from you. I thought I talked to you. I thought I talked to you. Call it again. I'll talk to you for the rest of the night. We can be the best of friends. Jenny, would you give the butter to your hypothetical dog? Stop asking me these questions. Okay. Anyways, you called in. You called in to contest this?
Not to contest it, but there's a couple I would like to talk about that I see in the lineup. Unsubbed. Go to the gym, loser.
Who are you? Refund the pixels or whatever you gave me, man. I'm sorry you aren't enjoying yourself. I'm doing everything I can.
Wait, you have your first.
Actually, I'm not apologizing. Beg for your life. Beg for your life. You're out of here. Ban him from the channel. Mods, time this guy out. Hide his comments from the rest of the channel. He's not allowed. Get rid of him. Honestly, get him out of here. I'm not apologizing to him. Kick him out.
Wait, I love
He's
the
banned.
mod.
Death
I love
penalty.
the mod.
Get this guy out of here. In fact, can I add... I'm going to add an additional spot. Man. How do I add another one of these things? These things, they don't make any sense.
There should be a button that you can do it with.
Choose files.
Like, I
And
think
have
it's
to
at the
look
top.
up, like, my personal information? That's not great. Maybe, like... I can't, like...
Wait, hold on.
What?
I could Google this for you. Would you like me to Google how to make a new one?
What am I, grandpa? Okay. Yeah. Time that guy out. I mean, if you should be able to, like, list them, Oh, man. Is the website crashing now because I tried to do this?
Yeah, probably.
Man, come on. You gonna do this to me? Is Chrome crashing now? Dude. This is just great.
Something's always happening to you.
Close, please. Okay, thank goodness. Computer's not dead yet. You can suspend them for one day. I mean, you don't have to do it. You'll do what you do what you're told. Okay, you're a moderator. You do what you're told. What you do is you hide user on this channel. I think that effectively bans them from this channel specifically. You're spiritually older than me, and I'm literally Unk. I mean, that's probably true. That's probably true. Do you have any comments about the specific ones we've done yet? Because I'm going to go through them one by one, and as I go them, you can call in. That's what I'm going for.
Well, you're like almost at the ones that I wanted to talk about.
Which ones?
So I tried to preemptively call in. The Cinephile and the Zelda tattoo.
Well, the Zelda tattoos are further away. We're getting there. You know, you can take your time. I mean, you can always call back in. What would I do
Well, I
if a
didn't know
giant
there was-
boomerang was hurling towards me? Duck? I don't know. Okay, I have to give my take first, and then you can call and contest it. That's how that works.
Well, I was doing it preemptively because I didn't know if people were on the line, and then
There's
nobody's
not that
on the
many
line.
people on the line. I'll tell you that. Here's a little here's a little insider tip. There's not that many people calling in right now.
Okay, great. Okay, I'll call back in later. How about
Sure.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be taking it in a couple seconds. Yeah.
Right, okay. I'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, thank you. Lay down forever. I guess it just keeps going back and forth. Duck twice is a better answer, yeah. 6,000 games and bacon, or no games and .09 bacon. See, now that's actually a great question. What is the title of this ranking list? It's called Every Type of Guy Tier List. That's what it is. It's supposed to be every type of guy. I saw Northern Lion do it like months ago, and it looked like a good tier list that I wanted to do myself. Hurling back on account of it being a boomerang? You know, I mean, I'd probably just take it on the chin at that point. I deserve it. Contrarian? People that are contrarian? Ah, that's tough. Because I don't love them. I don't love people that are intentionally contrarian. And I say this because I am a person who's contrarian. I'm kind of contrarian. Well, I'm not contrarian. I can sort of be. Death penalty? I don't know about that. Actually, the most strict sense of the word, contrarian, like someone who is intentionally anti-something because they want to be anti-something, death penalty. Like if someone actually is just contrarian, death penalty. Like if you are going out of your way to be against something just to be against it, fuck you. You suck. You suck. I hate that. Why would you do that? Hey guys, I'm doxing this guy's DM here by accident because I keep forgetting I'm streaming to the wrong screen. That was me. That's the private DMs with me and the moderator. Or Chaney. You guys can pause that. You can tab back. You can go back. You can check those out. Getting executed in 3, 2, 1. The just kidding guy is a contrarian that got hated on. No, that's true. That's like, there's one on here later that's called like Schrodinger's racist, where it's like, you know, that kind of guy. The cinephile, I think cinephile's fine. As long as there's no connotation to it, as long as it's just somebody who really likes movies. If they are just a cinephile who like loves movies, I think that's fine. Oh, Schrodinger's racist is not on this list? I like that. Cinephile's a homie. Cinephile's a homie. There's a list that should have Schrodinger's racist on it, where it's like a guy who, if you agree with him, then he is being racist. If you disagree with him, then he's just joking. That's what I mean. Like, that's the kind of person who's like a Schrodinger's racist. Which, like, you know, that's more of like, that's a person, that could be a person who's always kidding. But I'm trying to read these very much at surface value. Is there Guitar Guy? I think there is. I think there is. I know there's one that has, like, way more on it than this. I'll just keep going through these and see what we find. I mean, like, a male cinephile is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, like, some of them will try to tell you how a movie goes or this, and that. But if it's just somebody who likes movies, yeah, it's to the letter description. Exactly. So it's a stereotype. It's like, this is just the guy. That's it. That's all. That's all. Always ordering food, never cooks. I don't like that. I don't like ordering food, but it's harmless. It's harmless. It's not lame, because that includes that I wouldn't hang out with them, but like always ordering food is kind of lame. That's like very lame, but I wouldn't not hang out with you because I have friends who do that. So I kind of have to take that. Is this caller better be contending something? Haters equal waiters at the table of success. I have friends like this, but it's like it's dorky. Because bread tastes better than key. Do you agree or disagree with any of the takes I've got up here right now?
Yeah, I called in to disagree with something.
Which one?
Always ordering food is not harmless. That should be death penalty. Okay, I used to have 3 roommates, and none of them ever cooked. Like, it was always ordering food. And if you're always ordering food, I feel like you're a slob. So that's a bit harsh. But, you know, you're not cooking. You're not taking care of a lot of stuff that you should be. And, you know, you're not taking care of the dishes in your sink. So, you know, there's a mess. It piles up. It has another connotation to it. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of a judgment of your character, in a sense.
True.
You know?
Plus, you kind of have to take on the responsibility of asking like a minority to come deliver food to you at all hours of the day. Like that's a moral responsibility, kind of.
You know, and that's a fine moral responsibility to take. You can take that, but then if you're always ordering food, that's 3 meals a day. Like, imagine you wake up in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. And you go, it's bright and early, 8:30 a.m. You know, yeah, late start, 8:30 a.m. Sure, you wake up Saturday, and you go, I could make some nice egg. I could have a crisp bowl of cereal. Maybe I could grab a banana, protein shake, a bar, get on my day. And instead, you go on your phone, you open up DoorDash, you go to McDonald's, and you're like, a McGriddle sounds great right now. And not only does it sound good, you can't even go out of your way to go and get it. You ordered a McGriddle and hash browns to your room at 8:30 in the morning, first thing in the morning. I think your day's over from there. You know, I'm going to put it out there.
Okay, now I'm thinking about it. I don't think death penalty. I disagree with that, but you have convinced me down to lame would not hang out with, because that's a really good point. The idea that you don't make a single meal you never cook. It says never cooks. So that means like, and that includes anything, like meal preparation at all, like never cooks. And you only order food for breakfast. That's like a sobering image in my head. That's tough. Okay,
Like imagine,
that's fair.
Imagine you're going on a date, like, you know, your date comes over, it's a nice little, you got some stuff ready, and then you get a knock on the door, and it's that poor guy that's making less than minimum wage, with his little bag in his hand, ready to give you and your date dinner. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's a bad date. That's just a bad date.
I think it's a bad day.
That's a bad day and date, yeah.
That would ruin all of my day. Yeah, to that moment.
If I would
if
hope
I had
that.
to deal with that.
Yes, I would hope any woman that is on that date would have enough character to be like, yeah, this is just rough. Unless it's like pizza's different. Okay, Nathaniel Wheeler 7260 says delivering pizza. He makes good money delivering pizza, and he's white. He's not brown.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, okay, that's a good point.
Fine.
Delivering pizza is different. But
that's different because that's like an institution.
Yeah, if there were no pizza delivery drivers in this world, pizza would not be what it is. You know, I'm gonna put that out there. But
pizza
you're not gonna
is
order.
like
Pizza's not gonna be your every delivery day. You know, pizza's like you can get 2 meals out of a pizza.
Pizza is an institution the way that like investing in bonds is an institution. You're always going to make a good investment on a bond. It's like normal. Everyone accepts it. Like you can have a job as a guy who invests in bonds. But if you're door dashing pretty much anything else, think about this. If you're door dashing, like he said, a McGriddle, that's like crypto to bonds. That's like Haley Welsh's Hawk Tua coin. Like that's the terms of legitimacy that we're dealing with here. This is leaps and bounds away from each other. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's just bad. That's no good. I agree with you. You've convinced me. Though I will say, they're not as bad as How Much Would You Suck a Dick For or Open Hating of Horoscopes. I'll say that they're better than that, but that's all in the same category.
Okay. You know, that's fine. You just cannot have always ordering harmless. That's not harmless. Like, I can't stand that.
It isn't that harmless. It's harming yourself, first of all, because your diet's going to be horrible. And it's also harming your just living environment because there's probably trash everywhere. If you're lazy enough to be ordering food, you're probably not hardworking enough to pick up after yourself.
That's like my number one point there. Like, I feel like it's the always ordering food comes with other negatives as well to your character. You know? It's you're not going to have your everyday straight A, 4.0 guy who works at JP Morgan, you know, slick back hair, everything looks great, but he's ordering food every single meal. You know, like there's some things that come with it.
For sure.
All right, thanks for hearing me out.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for calling in.
Back.
If there's another one you disagree with, please feel free to call back. But you've convinced me.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Have a good one. That was a sensible dialogue. I heard him out. I agreed. I'm gonna throwing in a poll here for adding the bum tier. Is a man who orders food worse than Hitler? Close. Close. Maybe. Maybe rename. I was gonna say like. Over under 30 minutes overtime tonight? Okay, don't even say that. I'm probably going to go over. I'm a contrarian to the hate on waiters. Contrarian to hate on waiters? I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. I keep getting distracted. A person who's a furry? I mean, let's be adults here. It's harmless. In the most strict sense. I've met enough furries in my time that they are harmless. I think 2016 did a number on people's impressions of who furries are and what they do. Like, they're just people who kind of just dress up. Most of them are just people who dress up. Like, it's like somebody who cosplays. There are people within cosplaying who are these weird, horno, crazy people. And there are these people within furry communities who are weird, horno, like, zoophiles and stuff like that. But being a furry on its face is like, you're just a guy who likes to dress up. And that is harmless. And most of them are like engineers anyways. they're like rocket scientists. It's crazy. It's crazy. Competitive gamers. Hmm. Are we talking like a career competitive gamer? Career? Like if they game for a living? Maybe not. Never cooks. Yeah, no, lame not hang out. Actually, honestly, death penalty for competitive gamer. And I'm thinking that they're worse. Competitive gamers are always just so racist. They're always just so hate-filled. Like they're just miserable people. Like I don't know how many of you have played inside of a Rocket League match for a long enough time at a high enough rank level, but that stuff makes you lose faith in humanity. That's just crazy. That's just insanity. A bear suit Chaney named William Afton? Come on, man. Gamers are supposed to be fun. That's a really good point. Games are supposed to be fun, and the fact that they're making them not fun sucks. That sucks. What do you think? You disagree? Chat with Chaney.
Yeah, with Chaney, I'm on the air. All right, here's my thing, all right, with the competitive gaming type shit. Let me tell you something. It's, all right, look, I would personally put it at the bum selection, you ask me, because it's like, look, I know a couple guys. I don't really know how I have this experience, but I know a lot of people that are competitive gamers. Now, I mean, like, we kind of have to make the distinction, you know what I mean? We have to make the distinction. Like, what is a competitive gamer? Is this somebody who doesn't go do anything else? They dedicate their entire, life, their soul, all of it into, say, maybe, for instance, Rocket League, League of Legends, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, what is a competitive gamer? Because, like, I think it's a spectrum kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people. I know people who wouldn't shower because they got to play a game, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know so many people who also, like, we'd be playing Minecraft, and then they start getting mad. Like, they start, like, breaking shit, you know? I mean, like, if you're in that kind of, like, level, I think that's just bum activity. Because at the end of the day, a competitive gamer, at least the ones I knew, those guys didn't really do much. They just didn't do anything with their lives. But they would be kind of chill, apart from when they weren't gaming. But it would be a really ace time to hang out with them because they would either be rushing the hangout just to fucking play the game, or they would just do nothing but play games. But in the very rare instance that you would hang out with them, it would kind of be chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's death penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the things that you'll see in a competitive gamer is just being a cocksucker. It's really just being a bum. You know, like you don't do anything else. Like a lot of that ends up merging too. Like they're always gonna order food. But how are you gonna have time to cook if you're always in a comp game, right?
Yeah. Those do
they
overlap.
Can be funny.
But here's
they
my
can
here's
be
my.
funny.
Let me counter you here. When I think of competitive gamer, it's not just people who actually compete in competitions. I'm thinking about it on its face, like a competitive gamer. Like it is a gamer who is competitive. And in my opinion, those are some of the worst gamers. Guys who are like grinding Minecraft so that they can just dick you down. People who are playing Overwatch all the time, getting angry and screaming slurs. Like that's a gamer who is competitive. And it's not even like they're good enough at it. They're just competitive. Somebody who plays video games is competitive.
Lame, you know what I'm
That's what pisses me off. I don't like playing a game like that. That sucks.
Yeah, but to be like death penalty though, it's a bum. I think it's just flat out bum shit. You can hang out with a competitive gamer, like, and talk to them, have a conversation. Like death penalty to me, the way I'm reading it here is, I don't want to be in a 9-foot like fucking vicinity around this asshole. It's my thing, right?
I'm thinking like Rust.
Oh fuck no! Yeah, those guys gotta go.
That's what I'm telling you. Dude. Like a person who plays a game and is competitive but doesn't even compete in competitions. Yeah. Like that's just a person who kind of sucks.
Okay, yeah, no, that's some. You got some really bad cases of that, like pay to win kind of people, huh?
Competitive gooner, yeah. I know what you mean. It's just I'm putting him in. I'm giving him a death penalty. I appreciate.
You're gonna say Rust players, they should be.
I'm thinking death penalty.
You know what?
I'm thinking death penalty.
I could see. Yeah,
somebody's got to go there. Like I got to use all these tiers. There's so many of them. I got to use all these tiers.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, Rust is. Yeah, no, that's convinced me. Yeah, that's the fucking bad apple spoils the bunch. I get you.
Happens.
Because you're not that far. You're not that far. You're not that far. If you're gonna be that bad at, if you're gonna treat people like the way you treat people in Rust, you're not that, or like in Call of Duty, you're not that far off from being a Rust guy, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I'm with you on it. Yeah,
I appreciate that.
okay,
I'm glad we
okay.
were able to meet. We made common ground.
This is why we have the First Amendment and free speech.
That's
this
right,
is like Nick
folks.
Fuentes and Hunter Biden. You saw that interview?
I did watch that interview. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why.
there you go.
That's
what
why
I'm
we
saying.
got 980-223-0908. You can call in, give your thoughts, folks. I appreciate your call, man.
There you go. All right, see you around.
Have a good one. Oh, whoops. I think I just called somebody else back. I always like when that guy's the best caller. He's the mod. That's why he's mod. Okay? He's mod for a reason. That's why. You guys just met the only moderator. And have Gooning championship fight. That's like Bill Clinton or I don't know, like Onision. That's the competitive Gooning championship, those two guys. And it'd be close. I don't know who would win. The D&D guy is the homie. I don't play a lot of D&D. But like it's harmless. Like it's fun. Like I've played D&D. I think people shit on D&D. They get I don't know why. I feel like that's unnecessary. I think D&D's fine. It's not my first pick. But everybody I've met who likes D&D is just like a guy who likes to like role play in a fun gaming environment. It's not so egregious. I think it's okay. I think that like sometimes it can be a lot of fun. Palm Beach Pete in the mayoral election. I'll throw a vote that way. Oh, hell no. You don't agree with that? You don't like that? I think it's fine. I think D&D is okay. I think there are people who enjoy D&D who fall into the Venn diagram of something worse. But I think that as a culture we've come around on D&D. It's no longer like just massive nerds or anything, you know? It's not just massive nerds or anything. No, Palm Beach Pete is a hell no. I got a caller on the line, but I'm gonna vote one more. They're not aggravated. They're not smelly. They're not that bad. That's old head mindset. You're like an 80s movie bully if you really believe that. Most normal, like there's normal people. There's a movie, a blockbuster with Chris Pine in it about D&D. It's part of the culture. It's not uncommon. It's not nerdy. People like it. It's normal. I have family members. I have like my dad plays D&D. He's not even like a nerd. There should be an always movie. The Zelda tattoo guy, I don't know anybody. Zelda tattoo? Lame would not hang out with. I need to hear what someone else has to say about it, though. I'm sure somebody's going to say something. Chat with Chaney, you got any disagreements? Agreements?
Okay, I'm calling in as an ex-D&D guy. I used to run it with my ex-wife, and I will say, as a defense of the D&D person, I think D&D people are good party throwers. I think that in general, D&D people, they like a good, like, we used to throw, like, parties, and I had friends like that in that same community that would throw parties that were, like, themed and stuff, and that can be cringe, but I do think it's good. Like, I think ultimately it is, like, I think even in its worst, I think it's easy to look at the D&D thing from the old perspective. Like, this guy's saying they're smelly. That's insane. No D&D person. D&D, actually, most of the people there are doing, like, consent bullshit. Actually, to the point that almost makes me annoyed at it, but whatever. People are doing, like, consent. Yeah. Now, what do you know what I mean? They're making sure everyone's happy, and, like, people are getting, like, pushed aside to be like, hey, man, you need to take a shower. That literally is, like, things that have happened. So, like, actually, D&D is really, I think D&D has come a long way. I will say the Zelda tattoo guy also, I will say, death penalty to that motherfucker. Every single one of those guys is weird. They're all like, okay, every one of those that I've known are these like they're all like weirdly obsessed Gaelic. Like, I used to be Irish. It's like, you're not, you're American. And then they're all also like weirdly Catholic perverts. I'm thinking of exactly one family actually, but whatever. The whole family sucks. They all, yeah. The Zelda tattoo guy sucks. I mean, Zelda is a good game, but if it's the one you identify with, it's not. I mean, what are you even identifying with? There's nothing there. It's just the basic hero's journey. Like, it's not that complicated. And they won't make one about Zelda. They keep making it about the guy. Just make one Zelda game about.
Yeah,
it's all about
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Why is it always the Legend of
What is
Link?
the Legend of Zelda? Yeah, right. They just gave her like the best they did for Zelda is give her a nice ass in the most recent one. It's like, all right, great, she's glowing up, but like, come on now.
Yeah, like where's the character here? I get what you're saying.
Where's
I
the
don't-
Sheik is like the best, one of the coolest Smash Bros. Characters. They have not made a game about Sheik because Japanese people are misogynist. But anyways, we'll not get into that. Yeah.
I don't know anything about this Zelda tattoo guy. I haven't
Bring
met
this
any of
Zelda
them.
tattoo guy. I may be preempting
that.
the.
We can move him into
I may be
Zelda
preempting your female caller. We may be preempting your female caller who may agree with the Zelda tattoo guy, unless maybe she has a Zelda tattoo. In
She'll
which case,
probably
they'll know.
call it. We'll see. We're gonna find out. But I
Yeah,
can agree.
yeah,
Zelda
yeah,
tattoo
yeah.
guy goes down. D&D guy stays where
Hell
he's
yeah.
at because that's an old head mindset
Yeah.
to hate on D&D. I think, especially in
Yeah,
this day
I
and
agree.
age, we need third spaces. Why are
Right?
we
Yeah.
shitting on
D&D's a
things
third
to do?
spacey thing. Yeah. Right.
Why are we shitting
Yeah.
on things
No.
to do? Wait, they made one about
I
Zelda,
agree.
dumbass. Did you? That's what they're saying in the chat. Wait, what's it called?
Dude, it was on like a DS. No one cared. No one played it. No, anyways, I don't even remember.
Like last
well,
year, he
whatever.
said like last year. Legend of
Oh,
Zelda.
okay. Well, actually,
Echoes of
I'll have to
Wisdom,
look it up.
2024.
Echoes of Wisdom. All right.
Oh, this is
I'll
kinda
look
like a
it up. I
toon-like
guess I
type of
missed that one.
design. Yeah, it's got good
I
reviews.
guess I missed it.
It looks
I
like
guess I missed it. All right. I guess I missed it. All right. Well, whatever. Fuck. I don't. I'm trying not. I'm trying to make video games. I'm not trying to play them anymore. No. What was else? Oh yeah. Always kidding is just terrible. I'm sorry. Put always kidding way lower, dude. I'm telling you. But anyways, you're not understanding the premise of what always kidding is. An always kidding guy, and I've been this guy before, because I used to be also the contrarian and the always kidding guy. And what you're doing is you're being an edgelord nerd who wants to say edgy shit, and I've been that guy. And then you say it at the party, but you say offensive shit, and then you say, I'm just kidding, dude. Jeez, I'm just kidding. That's what the always kidding guy is. That's what I was saying when I was saying, like, think about it from a woman's perspective. It's like, this is just a guy, but maybe anyone could do this in any context. It's very frequently a guy just saying misogynistic shit and being like, it was just a joke. This literally just happened to me at the bar, like, yesterday. And this guy was sitting at the table with women, and this other dude sat down. He started saying some. I was a little too drunk to remember what he said because I was like so annoyed. I was like, "This is lame," and I'm walking away. And it was like, and then he left, and the girls were like, "He said he was just kidding, but yeah, he sucked." And I was like, "Yeah, that guy sucked. I had to go get a beer. I couldn't be around that guy." The just kidding guy is using it as a shield to not, you know what I'm saying? To not like actually have it. They have a real opinion, and they're using the kidding as a joke to say shitty things. That's what it is. And that's what the always, because that's an archetype I know of, because that's an older one, I think, a little bit. But anyways, that's it. Okay, I'll get off the air because I'm holding too much space.
No, I
but yeah, there
appreciate
you
that.
go.
I agree with you. I got to find a new tier list because
Yeah.
this one has a bunch of duplicates on it. But I agree.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's move on. Bye.
See ya. Okay, I agree with that guy. I've got a call on the line. I think this is the girl from earlier about the Zelda tattoo guy. I have to find a new tier list because this one has duplicates. This one has a lot of duplicates. This is a kind of a shitty made tier list. I gotta pull this. I gotta find a new one. Okay. I gotta find the actual tier list. Because that one's just like... That's just not good. Like, that one's like broken. Let me see here. Never change a sport fan the cinephile straight edge. Where is it? No homo guy. Podcast, crypto gambler, incel. Okay, well, I mean, this one's doable. I don't like kind of based. Cool. 2-hour overtime again tonight? Yeah, probably. Probably. Kind of cringe. This one's gonna be changed to bum. I've got the caller on the line. I'm gonna try to do these again. I don't know what that means. Okay. Triple. Where was the ranking last time I checked? Let me look back on the stream a few seconds. AAA Gamer was in Harmless. Furry was in Harmless. Competitive Gamer was in Death Penalty. Cinephile was in The Homie. Not Listening, Waiting to Talk was in Hangout. Let me find out. Not Listening, Waiting to Talk was in Cool. YouTube, few subscribers. There's not one on here for that. That's more specific. And Always Kidding was in Cool. Ordering foods. Only watches. Okay, well this is just. I'm just gonna go through these. I'm just gonna go back through these. Enough of this. I don't have to reorganize here. You guys get the idea here. Bro, what the fuck, Chaney? We are gonna crash out. Just ignore them. What are you guys saying? Schrodinger's Joker is the worst. Such a wise guy. Just ignore them. All our progress is. Yeah, okay, Chaney, we're gonna crash out. Forgive me. Forgive me. Das Diddy Bloodin? What are you saying, dude? 8 a.m. in this motherfucker? Forgive me. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air. Do you disagree with some of these takes?
Wait. Did you put them all back?
No, I had to do a new tier list. I had to open a new one.
Bro.
Because the other one had like duplicates. It was just a shitty tier list.
Well, now my shit's gone. Now my Zelda tattoo is gone.
That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. Too bad. So now what?
I think the cinephile should be lower.
Why?
Dude, the cinephile, the male archetype cinephile is always like the mansplainer. It's a dude who thinks you're a lot dumber than him because you didn't get the same substance from a movie that he did, or it's a dude who takes it way too seriously and doesn't just want to have fun.
I mean, that's like possible, but I don't think inherently, because cinephile, the term just means a movie lover.
Yeah,
just love movies.
But like the male archetype of a cinephile is like the film bro. I feel like, at least in my personal experience.
I know what you mean, but I'm trying to take it on its face as best as I can.
Right.
Because if I go, if I start to kind of get specific with these and oh, here's a Zelda tattoo guy. He's getting death penalty. I just have to take it at surface value. I can't be like, oh, I know a guy who really who has a Zelda tattoo and he saved my life whenever I was a child. That's not fair. I have to I gotta take it at surface value.
Right.
Most guys who have a Zelda tattoo, kind of weird, death penalty. Most competitive gamers, people that are competitive and gamers, death penalty. You know what I mean?
For that. Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
How about 10 years older than his GF? Legal. That's death penalty.
Yeah.
Depends. Well, I mean, that does depend. If it's 30, if it's 40 and 30, that's fine. After a certain threshold, it's fine. But
yeah.
30 to 20? That's insanity. That's just
crazy.
craziness. Okay, yeah, that one's...
What about 28 and 18? That's the worst.
28 and 18? That is really bad, yeah. That's...
What about 16 and 32?
36 to 26?
No, I said 16 and 32.
No, a chatter just said 36 to 26. I mean...
I think that's probably fine. Honestly.
But that's 10 years. I mean, there's a threshold. Yeah, it's I think 25 and up, it's okay. Now you're a full adult. There's no if you're a 25-year-old trying to pull the card where you're oh, I'm too young, he was way older than me. It's okay, I'm 24. And if I was dating somebody 20 years my senior, I would not be blaming them for anything. I'm a well-developed adult. I can handle this. That's manageable.
A 64-year-old woman.
What about 108 and 18?
I think 64 and 18 is pretty okay because, no, I'm kidding. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to anymore.
All right. Let me get the rest of this going here. I gotta get going. This is really. How can I call? There's a phone
Yeah.
number on the screen. I'm gonna.
This
All
is
right.
kind of
I think I accidentally just. I like held down on it. I accidentally. I think it just hung up on it. by accident. I apologize for that. 90s rap fan. That could be the homie. I had a lot of friends who were 90s rap fans. I think there's nothing wrong with that. 90s rap is pretty good. There's like a lot of rap rock in the 90s that was really good. Never changes. Always happy. That's the homie. There's nothing wrong with being happy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Never changes. Always happy. Like, what's wrong with that? That's fine. Always holding a monster. Like the energy drink? I mean, that's harmless. There's nothing wrong with drinking Monster. There's nothing cool about it. Like, I'm not, like, best friends with anybody who drinks a lot of Monster. Yeah. I got a call here. Chow Chen, you're on the air.
Hello, Chaney. This is Jeffrey Steele from Bismarck, North Dakota. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm well. So I wanted to address what's perhaps my worst, the worst claims I've heard maybe in my whole life. The Zelda tattoo guy claims, the one made by that rather rude individual that came by a few minutes ago.
Do you have a
Would you
Zelda
like me to
tattoo? Is
proceed?
that are you hopping on to defend the Zelda tattoo?
I don't, because I don't really, I wouldn't get any tattoos in general, but I can understand the thought process enough to where I feel like attacking them in such a slanderous way is rather, because I'm not a fan of that. So, first of all, the guy seemed to have a lot of biases against a annoyingly Irish and Catholic family for some reason, because that seems a bit, you know, like we're having biases, and I don't think that's a good thing to do. But also, he complained that Zelda is too simplistic, and therefore getting a tattoo for it is meaningless. But I'd say that there is some beauty in its simplicity. There are a lot of, you know, simple stories, like think about Pixar movies, like Up and Monsters, Inc. Very simple stories. Does not mean they're not profound and meaningful. But Zelda, the meaning doesn't come through with the story, because again, this is kind of just like a standard video game story. It comes through the gameplay. You're no longer a person. You're no longer some lame chud sitting in the room, 38. I'm not 38, but you're no longer that. You are transported into this land of wonder and magic in which anything is possible, in which you are slaying monsters and fighting demons and being the man you once wanted to be, or that you once dreamed of to be as a child. And there's true beauty in being able to to act that out in the form of a video game. So I believe that his criticisms were not fair. And also, some guy pointed this out before me, but there was a game made about Zelda, so I don't really know what his critique is there. But there is true beauty in the game of Zelda, so I can understand someone who gets a tattoo, so long as it's not like too much covering their body or is big to a gross degree.
I see what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. I think in the sense of it being what he was trying to say was that it's more like if it's a game you love so much you want to put a tattoo on your body, that's something else.
Okay, the thing is, though, a lot of the reason for that comes down to how old the Zelda series is. The first one came out, I think it was 1985, right? Some people grew up with this, right? It has been a major part of their life since they were a kid, whereas something like Resident Evil, I guess Resident Evil's pretty old too, but something like, I don't know, Devil May Cry, only the first game came out like 20 years ago, right? These newer game series, you couldn't really have that deep connection with it that you could with someone that's had that throughout their entire life.
I see what you mean, but I'm thinking like most people who are getting a Triforce tattoo have like a connotation to them. It's not so much about a critique of Legend of Zelda as much as it is like the type of guy who ordinarily gets the tattoo.
Well, the type of guy who ordinarily gets the tattoo is one who has a deep appreciation for Zelda. So
I mean, not always. Sometimes they just like, I don't know, like they're kind of come up with something. Just like throwing on a Triforce tattoo.
Someone who's a furry isn't always like a statesman, isn't always a politician. You know, so a lot of them will actually be like really creepy and gross people. So if we're doing this purely based off of like stereotypes for that type of person, then put furry in death penalty, put cinephile in death penalty, put everything in death penalty because everyone's fucked up and gross. Okay, so I don't really know what the point is here.
Okay, I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't know anything about like a Zelda.
So you shouldn't be talking about it. You are inexperienced, and this is not. I'm getting really riled up here.
I'm specifically talking about the Zelda tattoo guy. Like, I don't know the Zelda tattoo guy. Like, I've met other people who are in these categories. But, like, I think it's more like, I love Zelda myself, but there's certain tattoos where I'd see and go, oh, brother, this guy thinks he's a white knight. Ooh, he mad. So, okay, like, I mean, I don't know anybody with a Zelda tattoo. But these people who do seem to think he is. I mean, I was convinced. I forgot. You know, I mean, I feel like...
Well, the thing is that, like, a lot of different people can get a Zelda tattoo. It's not strictly reserved for nerds. If you get, like, a Triforce tattoo on your ankle, right, that could belong to anybody. It doesn't just belong to the stereotype that we've imagined in our minds. It could belong to anybody. So what I'm choosing, I'm not making assumptions about the personality. I'm judging it solely as a critique of the media that Triforce is representing. So, for example, if you were to put a tattoo for, I don't know, fucking Trolls on your ankle, right? That would be disgusting. That would be death penalty because Trolls is a horrible movie invented by...
hey, some people love Trolls. They made 3 of them.
Not everything that is popular is good. Case in point, Trolls. So again, like I'm just judging it based off of the criteria of the quality of the media it represents, not based on any imagined assumptions in my head that don't have any evidence towards them.
I see what you mean. This is not a critique of Zelda, but I do feel like a person who gets a Zelda tattoo is the kind of guy. And I think that kind of guy, to me, is somebody who goes to the death penalty.
Okay, no. Let's get into the fine details. What is
I don't want to get into the fine details.
Yeah,
I've got like this huge... I got to do all of these, man. I can't keep talking about Legend of Zelda. I appreciate the input, but he's staying in death penalty.
Buddy. Let's compromise. Since I've tried, let's put it in harmless. Okay, that way everyone goes out, no one's harmed, right? It is the compromise, right? Many great people compromise, right? You know, so it's a good compromise to accept the fact that I put out a good argument that you cannot quite refute.
I mean, I can quite refute it. I disagree. I feel differently. I mean, you feel differently. It's a feeling. There's no like empirical evidence. I mean, it's based entirely on a feeling. I will concede. I'll put him in lame, would not hang out with, but I won't put him in harmless.
Okay, I can accept that. That is.
He doesn't need the death penalty, but he does need Zelda. I'll put him in lame, would not hang out with. Because I don't know him. I was convinced by other people, like, hey, I'll take you. But, like, I don't know. I know enough to say lame, it's bad, but, like, I'm not going to say harmless. Because harmless is, like, if I was, like, coworkers with them, I'd want to chat with them. But, like, I wouldn't.
This is a shameful day, Chaney. Truly.
Let me get on with this tier list, man. I appreciate the input, but, like, come on.
I look up to the stars and I see God himself shedding a single tear for this argument. Well...
Okay, alright, get out of here. Shedding a single tear, God's shedding a tear. Okay, I've got another person on the line. I gotta go through like 4 of these. Okay, and then I'll answer your phone. The diplomat is smoking. Always lying. A guy who is always lying is a bum. I'm putting him in bum because sometimes it's funny that they always lie. Because they'll just lie about the darndest things. It is kind of harmful occasionally, and I don't love them, but like, it's kind of funny. It's funny enough. Always on a boat. Ideally, that's someone who's cool. There's nothing wrong with being on a boat. There is a type of guy who does boat. I mean, they're typically kind of rich. Maybe they're a little spoiled. Maybe they're drunk a lot of the time. But that's like, sometimes there's like good guys who are on boats. They're cool. They're cool enough. I don't know like enough bad people who drive boats. I think they're cool. Bum? There's nothing bum about being in a boat. Apple hater? I think they're referring to the company. Lame. It's lame to hate on Apple. We all get it. Apple's good. We all use Apple products. It's in to hate on Apple. It's like, come on, like, we get it. Boring. I don't want to hear you talk about it. It's like people who still believe in the console wars. Boats are losers? They're not. They're winners. They're on a boat. There's nothing loser about being on a boat. The only loser part is that, like, I am not on a boat. I'm jealous. Yeah, like Android fanboys. People that drag Apple, they're like, oh, you know they use... What are you doing? Are you asking genuinely or are you asking, like, rhetorically? I'm ranking guy archetypes. This is a guy archetype. Like every type of guy. This is a tier list for male archetypes. I'm a prediction. I typically hate Apple technology. Hey, I know, like, Apple technology, everybody hates it. Everybody hates it. We know the batteries are worse. The software is horrible. Like, the hardware is horrible. But, like, we get it. Like, get over it. I'm sorry. I agree. Like, I don't even like Apple products. It's like, it's just the way that it is. It's just the way it is. Who do you think you are? Yeah, okay. Hiding being bald, that's the homie. I take pity. Because you don't need to hide being bald. I think even, like, it's all about the vibe. It's all about the vibe you exude. There are bald guys who are very handsome, and there's, like, balding guys who are very handsome. Like, some people pull it off. Like, look at Walton Goggins. That guy's a stud. Jet with Chaney, you're on the air. Do you agree or disagree?
How you doing, Chaney? It's me again. All I
back.
gotta say is, I really called. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to call when that guy was defending the Triforce tattoo. I don't. You see, like, he's a very, 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 very literal kind of, like, you know what I'm saying. He was talking about, like, oh, it has nothing to do with the tattoo. Oh, it has nothing to do with the guy. It's about the tattoo and the meaning. I don't think he understands that these people, right? These folks that happen to have the Triforce tattoo. I'm talking, like, it's not a matter of, oh, these guys are bums, lame, want to hang out with death penalty. That's the tier in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? That encapsulates an entire lameness to it. You know, there's no caliber to describe how lame somebody with a Triforce tattoo is. You know how there was this TikTok, right? I'm sorry to use this as my source, but it's the best, like, what's it called? Comparison I can make. You know, folks that decide to do, you know, polyamorous relationships, folks that are like, yeah, it's okay to have an open relationship, they all look a certain way. Can we agree on that?
I mean,
Hello, am I on the air?
You're on the air, yes. You're still here.
Okay, those guys, they all look a very certain, interesting way, don't they? You know, and I'm not saying it's good or bad. You can be on the fence and say, okay, anybody who has this take looks like that. In the same vein that anybody who has a Triforce tattoo, it's completely fair to judge the book by its cover. I mean, I'm talking, you know, you got people who says, oh, it's a white knight kind of incel kind of guy. No, in my experience, and I've worked retail, you work with somebody in retail, they're going to have a fucking Triforce tattoo. It's like the SS mark, you know what I'm saying? You might as well just be saying, yeah, I don't shower, I got a chipped tooth, I've cheated on my wife has cheated on me, I'm in an open relationship, I have a child somewhere, all right? I haven't used a toothbrush in fucking nine decades.
This sounds like this sounds like a guy. This is sounding more and more like a guy with a Zelda tattoo, like, had sex with your girlfriend or something. This sounds less.
No, I'm talking like this guy's 40 years old, working retail, and he has a child, and has nothing to do with like. I'm talking bum, dude. Like, it's just bad. Like, it's death penalty bad. Like, you work retail before, Chaney?
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't?
You have. Then you've had that coworker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you just know this kind of person just based off the tattoo. You're getting it's not even a red flag. It's just that. That's the symbol. It replaces the red flag entirely. All right, look, I didn't really want to. I think we're beating a dead horse here. And here's my thing. I really wanted to disagree with the '90s rap band. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Because I'm tired of enough of the Zelda tattoo. Enough with the Zelda tattoo.
That's right. Okay, well, I know it's not going to move. It's fine.
The '90s rap
it's
fan?
a bit of a. Yeah. Because I don't think you understand this. This '90s rap fan, in my opinion, in my experience, and I know this is anecdotal, there's no difference from a '90s rap fan and a cinephile. '90s rap fan, in my book, is the kind of person that goes, oh my God, Lil Yachty, it's mumble rap. I don't understand any of it. I miss when music was good, like Eminem.
Yeah,
you know
dude,
what I mean?
like that. I mess with that guy. I like an
No, wait.
I
Oh
like
my
an
God, your
about that
whiteness is
music.
showing.
Why not? Those guys are funny. Those are old heads, man. They love the
No,
classics.
no, we're not talking. I mean, yeah, you got old heads, but you also you got it low key, It kind of it ebbs onto racist. No, you don't think so? You don't see this?
I don't think so, because it's that's like the term old head is just used to describe an older black guy who loves the 90s music. You know what I mean?
Okay, sure, yeah,
There's
there's one
an age
archetype of
divide.
it, but
I'm not thinking of you know, my 90s rap. Think of what 90s rap is. That's NWA, dude.
yeah, sure, you got Biggie, you got Tupac,
Yeah,
but these guys are
I don't think that's
arguably, let's
racist.
put
I don't
them
think
down
if you're
to
a fan
Wayne,
of that,
come
you're
on.
racist. I feel like those people.
I'm just saying, I
the
have met
people who
so many
like that
people
are
that
anything but racist.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree. Because you do have a lot of people saying, "Oh, look, man, it's got nothing to do with oh yeah, I don't like the way that I can't understand them," but it's got more to do with I like what Eminem can do. And isn't it funny that they always point out Eminem and they don't really bring up Eazy-E? They don't bring up the Beast. You know what I'm saying? They don't bring up fucking ATCQ. They don't bring up Tupac. They don't bring up Biggie. They always got to go straight for the white rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because
You can
90s
say
rap
that,
fan
but
to me just means they're lyricists.
I put 90s rap fan in there because I'm a big fan. I like 90s rap, and I've got friends of mine who do. And they're all just people who like 90s rap, all of it. I've never met somebody who just likes Eminem. Plus, he's more 2000s
I guess you come up over here to Newark and you're saying oh my god, I can't stand modern rap now. It's garbage. Oh, the 90s was such a better time. I guess there's a cultural kind of thing with that. But in my experience, a lot of the guys that say this shit are low-key holding on to something. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. But anytime somebody goes not mumble rap, I don't understand it. Oh, you know what I mean? They gotta open their mouth. I would stay away from them. That to me is a perfect, kind of hating on a horoscope. That to me is a perfect way to read into somebody.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
But this isn't a modern rap
mean?
hater. It's just a 90s rap fan. See what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to read into it like that, yeah. Old heads that like 90s. Look, man, I fuck with Tupac. I fuck with Biggie. ATCQ. We could go on for hours here. I listen to Big L all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Fat. You know what I'm saying? I listen to the shit in the gym. There's nothing wrong with liking it, but to completely reject a modern evolutionary track of music, to say, oh, I don't understand it. It's no different than when white people was oh, I don't understand jazz. Oh, I don't understand rock and roll. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I am reading into it too much.
I think you might be reading into it a bit too much, low key. Because I
don't know.
I've known people like 90s rap. It's cool.
I fuck with.
All right. This is 6 minutes 40 seconds. I gotta let you go.
All right. I'll be out of here. Baba booey.
Yeah. See, Nikito gets it. Can proudly rap fast. I mean, that's harmless. I don't think it's cool. Call of Duty adult. Call of Duty adult. It's harmless, and sometimes guys just like to play. Guys just like the game, you know. There's no death penalty for that. I mean, well, actually, it is kind of bummy. If you're an adult who has enough time to be gaming, maybe you're not that busy. Death penalty for a COD adult? Is that bad? I think bum. Oh, man, I got a caller already. Let me answer some of these, okay? Let me get through some of these. Coke guy. I'm assuming this means cocaine. A guy who's really into coke. I mean, I would not want to hang out with him. I feel like that's threatening. I've hung out with people that are on coke. It's threatening. It's not fun. Concert/festival guy. Harmless. At least they're getting outside, but I don't really want to hang out with them. I mean, you can't be a bum and be a concert guy. You gotta pay for that stuff. It's expensive. Conspiracy theorist? I know that it's quirky and we act like it's cute online. But I honestly kind of hate conspiracy theorists. A little bit. You gotta have a Coke face. I kind of don't like conspiracy theorists. Like, be honest with yourselves. Like, 'cause it really is, like, so slippery. Like a slippery slope. Like, can we get a grip, please? Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, like, you might get, like, something where you read about a couple CIA operations and you're like, wow, I think I understand it. And then all of a sudden, like, you're just being, and then it's just, you know, Benjamin Netanyahu is the Satan. Like, literally Satan. And they believe it. It's like, there's a ceiling, okay? Some things are not always as they seem, and a lot is kept behind, like, the curtain of government and whatever and the state. But, like, be so for real. Like, you cannot be a conspiracy theorist, a person who believes in conspiracies. Like, most of the time, you're not right. Most of these things do kind of just happen by accident. It's not some secret plot. The Contrarian, we already did that one. Death penalty. Courage JD, what does that mean? What is a Courage JD? Oh, this is a YouTuber. I've never heard of this person before. I'll just put this in name and not hang out with. CrossFit guy, they're cool. I know they talk a lot about it, but it's good to exercise, so I'm going to support them. I would be friends with someone who exercises a lot because then maybe they would force me to be exercising more. Crypto guy gambler is a bum. Crypto guy real is lame, and I would not hang out with them. I don't like hearing about crypto. I don't like hearing about these new stocks and these. I hate how excited people get about the blockchain. Boring. I hate it. I don't like hearing that. Crypto guy gambler is a bum, but sometimes can be fun. I don't like hearing, like, if you just start explaining the blockchain to me like in a legitimate, like, investment, I'm not interested. Yeah, well, crypto real is not someone who would hang out with you. I mean, they probably would not hang out with me. Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Hey, man. So I have some things to say about the whole conspiracy theorist thing. Personally, I would put that in the lame/would not hang out with category, and there's a reason why. Because I have a, now former friend of mine. I do not talk to him anymore. And he became a conspiracy theorist, and it literally, like, completely destroyed him and I's friendship. Like, it was like that. And something that I have noticed when it comes to conspiracy theorists is the reason why they exist is due to a trauma response. You know what I mean? Like, let me give you an example, right? Like, whenever a famous person, whether it's an actor or a musician or whatever, whenever a famous person dies, like, young or, like, super unexpectedly, people will start making shit up about it. You know, like with Kurt Cobain, people are like, oh, Courtney Love killed him. He didn't actually kill himself. When that's just factually not true. And the reason why people come up with stuff to try to combat the fact of the situation is a trauma response, because they don't want to accept the tragedy of what took place. And with my friend in particular, I'm not going to get into details, but, like, a few years back, he attempted, like, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. And then he went to a mental institution for a little bit afterward. And when he came out, he was, like, a completely different dude. He, like, shaved his head, and he kept telling me about, like, weird, like, spirituality-related stuff. And I remember one day him and I were talking, and just completely out of the fucking blue, he was like, hey, did you know that the earth is flat? And I was like, I'm sorry?
Yeah,
I
that's
beg
the
your
beginning of the end
pardon?
there.
Yeah,
I agree.
dude. And,
I
like,
agree. I think maybe death penalty is a little too harsh for a person who's a conspiracy theorist. But
yeah.
I do agree that lame would not hang out with, because they don't need to be, like, killed or exiled. Like, typically they're only conspiratorial because they have a strong emotional response. That's fair.
Exactly. Yeah, and like with my friend specifically, the reason why I say, like, maybe don't put conspiracy theorists in, like, the death penalty section is because I don't want this person to die. It really does break my heart that, like, again, like, him just kind of going off the deep end and telling me, like, oh, did you know that COVID is fake? And I'm like, fucking what? Like, that happening, right? I don't want him to die. I want him to change for the better. If he, like, tomorrow randomly messaged me and said, hey, man, I was on some fucking bullshit the last time that we spoke, and I'm really sorry about that, and I have, like, improved and changed, I would forgive him in a heartbeat, because he's not conspiracy theorists, I feel like most of the time are not inherently like, vile people. They are just, again, it's a combination of like a trauma response and also maybe not, like knowing exactly how to maneuver certain traumatic events. And that's kind of my perspective on it. Although I will say that bullying conspiracy theorists is really fun and kind of hilarious. But
Sure.
with
Separate
that
thought.
said, exactly, yeah. Like with that said, it's just something I picked up on. It's like whenever a like seriously tragic event takes place, whether it's with a person or whatever, it usually like conspiracy theorists are born because of just it's a trauma response. They don't know how to handle it, and that's sad. Like that is fucked up. That like for a lot of these people, there's just no other way to like cope and kind of get over these like certain traumatic things. It is sad. Like it's kind of bleak if you like really think about it from like a psychological standpoint.
Yeah.
But
I know what you mean. All right, I'll put him back up in the lane when I hang out with.
Yeah, that's just kind of like the way that I see it personally. And like I said, if my friend hits, I'd be like, you know what? I forgive you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like pity. It's not anger. It's like damn.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's sad. It really is just like sad.
I see what you mean. All right, I'm gonna keep pushing here. Thank you for your call. I think he said bye. I'm not really sure. I was kind of muffling over myself. Can't watch the stream and be on the call at the same time without eco? Without ECO? I don't know what that means. What? Without echo? No, that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a common problem. I mean, that's something I can do about that. D&D guys at home, I already did that. Elon fan, death penalty. Don't be friends with... He's not cool. I'm sorry. Elon is not cool. He was barely cool in 2018. He's not cool now. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to... If you call in and try to argue with me about the Elon fan thing, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you. I don't want to hear anything about him. I think he just is lame. I think he's like a loser. And I think if you're a fan of him, that's even lamer. I don't know how you could be a fan. He's like awkward in interviews. He makes weird decisions. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Esports org employee? I don't know. That could be a homie. I feel like that's just a job. I don't understand that. Every story starts with being high. That's literally bum. Would I hang out with them? I'd put them in lame, would not hang out with. I think it's really lame. People that are really into weed. I have friends who are very into weed, but they're not, their whole thing is not weed. You know what I mean? If every story starts with you being high, it's like, okay, so you don't do anything during the day. You just sit around and smoke. Like, that sucks. Excited for his birthday is 27. That's the homie. There's nothing wrong with being excited for your birthday. Don't shame somebody for that. It's always good to be excited for your birthday. That's okay with me. Says females unironically. Death penalty. That's lame. It says a lot about you within one sentence. Don't do it. Fantasy footballer is cool. I've got friends that are into fantasy football. I'm fine with friends who are like, people like fantasy football is like fine. I don't like fantasy football. I don't want to talk about fantasy football. So maybe, okay, lame, don't hang out with me actually, because I don't want to talk about fantasy football. The full weeb. Lame would not hang out with, but not death penalty. I don't think it's that bad. Because it's like you're more just doing harm to yourself and maybe a couple like waiters in Japan if you ever visit. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world to really appreciate Japanese art. I mean, like, they do a lot of really impressive stuff. Like, and anime's pretty cool. I think it's okay. I did not freeze. I was just taking a second. Yeah, full weeb is lame. I wouldn't hang out with you, but you don't have to die. Gamer Nintendo only? Harmless. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I mean, like, I feel like that's just a lot of, like, girls, and forgive me if that's sexist. That's probably sexist. I feel like a lot of people are gamers Wii only, or Nintendo only. I feel like plenty of people, like, play party games. They go to a friend's house, they play a party game. That makes sense to me. Good at everything. They're cool. They're not the homie. I don't need somebody constantly dunking on my ass, but, you know. Good at everything is fine with me. Gym guy, if there's a distinction here, because I know there was one that has a distinction between, like, gym guy weird, gym guy normal, but just gym guy in general, like a guy who is the gym and nothing else. And I mean this very literally. Just a guy who is only gym, like only gym. Like the kinds of guys I'm thinking about, ones who make videos about going to the gym. All they do is the gym. And that's not including people like Sam Sulik or your friend who also goes to the gym. Like, I mean people who just go to the gym and the gym is their whole personality. Lame, don't hang out with me. I don't want to hang out with a person who just goes to the gym. Most people who go to the gym that I know do other things. They at least play video games or something, but if you're just gym, no. No. No just gym. Not a fan of that, personally. But that's just me. I mean, I feel like gym being your whole personality, that's a no. That's an obvious one. It must be. I don't think most people disagree with that. And it also probably, you could probably smell on me the fact that I don't work out. You are the other thing I do that isn't the gym. Well, you know, thank you. I appreciate that. That's complimentary, and it's also kind of depressing. Gamer, Nintendo only is just the Triforce guy. No, a guy who is only Nintendo gamer could. It's harmless. It's still harmless. Because Nintendo has a very wide catalog. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like 1.5 hours in. He was the worst. Okay, well, whatever. The half-weeb. A half-weeb is just hard. Half-weeb could be cool. Just somebody who really likes Japanese culture or whatever, and like they're really into anime. They're not like obnoxious about it. They're halfway there. Like they just love it a lot. Like it's their main source of entertainment. It's like, all right, well, to each their own. It's not a death sentence, I don't think. Has never worked at Verizon. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to put that in lame, would not hang out with. Or honestly, I'll just put it back. I'm going to put this one back too, because I don't know what that is. Honda Civic with anime stickers is death penalty. No, it's lame, would not hang out with, because some of those guys are just Hispanic. I've known some guys. It's not the worst thing in the world. They're kind of cool. Hot but painfully hard to talk to. Death penalty. I hate guys who are handsome and know it and just have no brain whatsoever. You're just like, there's the ego on those people is insane. That's absurd. That's absurd. I can't do that. A guy who knows he's hot. No deal. Honda, actually, they're harmless. I'm going to put Honda Civic with anime stickers. Because some of them, like, they have, like, these big-breasted anime chicks on their car and stuff like that. But, like, anime stickers isn't the worst thing in the world. They're just guys who like their car. It's not, like, it's not that bad. They're cool. Connor Chandler is handsome and has no brain. You know, that's fair. How much would you suck a dick for? That one was in lame would not hang out with, if I remember. Huge flake. It's bum. It's bum, but it's not harmless because Huge flake is typically a friend who needs help in some way. At least I feel some kind of sympathy. I've never flaked. I've never been a big flake. But I have friends who are flakes. And, like, it's annoying, yes, but it's not enough to like, break up with the homie over. Sometimes people have lives. Sometimes people are married. Some of my friends are married. Some of my friends have kids. Flakes are not a one-and-done friend. I disagree with that. Huge flake is, like, that's not the end of a friendship. I say bum, but I'm not saying I wouldn't hang out with them. Because on the occasion that a flake would hang in, I'm like, they're still good to hang out with. I mean, I won't ask them as often, but I will still include them occasionally. I'm not going to cut someone off because they flake. If it naturally happens, it naturally happens because I'll just stop inviting them to things. But I'm not going to mark them off my list. Well, yeah, you know, you got to wonder why they're a flake. Exactly. That's a good point. That's what I'm trying to say. Incel. An incel is a bum. But I would not close the door on an incel because that's the whole point. That's the problem. If you close the door on an incel, they're never gonna learn anything and they're never gonna understand anything if you just keep pushing people away. Like, you have to understand this, okay? I've known enough incels in my time. I've known enough incels. I've had friends who were incels at certain points. The only way you're ever gonna get somebody to stop being an incel is if you are there to keep talking to them and engage with them in these ways. Yeah, like some incels are like burn victims. He's right. I've met incels. I know incels. I might have even been incel in high school. I don't remember really. Oh, I've got a caller. Great. Like, you have to be there for incels. I have a soft spot for shy, weak men. Okay? Or men who feel like they've been beaten down. Because I was very shy for like most of my developmental years. So a part of me feels a lot of pity for incel guys, because it's like it's not a position of power that they're standing from. They're not like hating on the world and making it worse. Like, they're just miserable with themselves. It usually does. Shy weak men usually does equal incel, actually. More often than not, it is like weak, not physically, like weak just mentally. Like, they are trapped in a cage all their own. They're deciding the fact that the world is out to get them. That's weak. That's weak-minded. That's a weak person. That is not a strong person. A strong person is not going around thinking the world is out to get them. That's not a person who is very confident and knows 100% what they're doing. That's just somebody who's really dug in. And they need anybody and everybody to be willing to actually interact with them. Like, actually deal with them. Because if you just get inflamed, that's the whole point. They want you to feel as mad as they are. So if you're not extending any kind of kindness... There are incels and there are misguided men. I don't know. Incels are just misguided men. I mean, there are hard-headed incels out there. But they live a life of misery. I don't need to contribute to that. They don't need any more of my help to make things worse. Are they? It does have a sense of entitlement, but that's because it's misplaced. Like, these people, they need help. They need help first and foremost, and it's uncharitable to close the door. It's very uncharitable. Be a woman here.
Uncharitable.
Chat with Chaney, you're on the air.
Yeah, I would say I agree with you completely on the incel thing. I think that, like, you got to give a guy a break. I am too old to have technically been an incel because they were not, it wasn't a thing when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't an organized group. But I was definitely a guy, I didn't get laid till I was 22. And I definitely had a lot of, like, resentment and, like, difficult feelings towards women. And if there had been incels around, I probably would have, like, been part of that group. Because that's definitely part of other right-wing ideas that I eventually grew out of. So, I think that, like, often incel guys are not even, like, the worst. I don't know. If you hang out with them, they can be sometimes, like, funny, I guess. You know, it's not in the best way. I'm not trying to defend that. But it's like a lot of them are cynical. They're cynical and they, like, they thought about this shit too much. And, you know, they just need, you literally, every time I meet a guy who's decent, not like, some of them are just assholes. But sometimes you meet a guy and you're like, yeah, if you would just get laid, dude, this would just all be gone. Like, you gotta get one in the tank to get you out of the system. It is, by definition, incel. I mean, the original term is involuntary celibate. And if that's all it is, there are plenty of people who are involuntarily celibate, who care about women and want to be with women, but they just cannot figure out, they can't get one on the board. You know what I mean?
It's absurd to you because you're a woman. It's hard to understand what it's like. Some of these guys, like, you have to be sympathetic, and I know that's difficult. But as somebody who can be sympathetic, like I am being sympathetic because you're doing no good by ostracizing them from society. You're just creating people
Right.
that are going to go raid the Capitol. Like you gotta be willing
Right.
to meet these people somewhere. Because if you don't meet them anywhere, they're going to meet you, in Congress. Like they're
Yeah,
gonna,
right. Yeah,
they're
exactly.
gonna cause real
Yeah.
problems. Like you can't ostracize members of your community because you disagree with them. You have to learn how to communicate. That's not how that
Well,
works.
it's also complicated because, like, what is resentment towards women? Like, as a woman, do you not have resentment towards men? I mean, like, when you're trying to get something from somebody, and they ultimately have to, like, you both have to agree, that creates this friction that is hard to deal with, right? Like, that's what relationships do. Because, like, you want a thing, they want a thing. You want different things from each other. Like, men and women tend to want, like, similar but not quite congruent things from each other. And we're trying to, like, figure out how to barely mesh together, right? Like, it is frustrating. Like, resentment, yeah, like, I guess, like, high-level political resentment's a lot. But, like, I was never, like, a political incel. But there were periods in my life where I was like, man, it's like I keep feeling like I'm doing a thing, and I'm not getting the thing. I keep trying to do things I think will get women to like me, and it doesn't work, and I don't know what to do, and that's, like, really frustrating. You know what I mean? That's really frustrating. And it's not like I never really, like, hated women, but I did find it, like, I did get a little, you get a little bit like you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a little bit like, all right, come on now. Like, you're just going to pick the tall guy every time.
Yeah.
You can get a little saucy when it just feels like I cannot figure out the weird mystery lock to get these women to sleep with me. I mean, well, not sleep with me.
Like
and then I'm revealing a male preference, I guess.
I know
not
what
just
you
sleep,
mean.
not just sleep, date and sleep with, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Resentment against women because of lack of sex is just absurd. That is absurd. It is absurd. But you have to be willing to talk to somebody about that for them to understand that. If you just get mad at them and hate them, they're never going to realize that. And also, what about no bargain with terrorist stance? That's ridiculous. In a democracy, you have to bargain with the terrorists if they make up like half the country. That's how this works.
Yeah, right.
Like, they're not outside terrorists trying to blow up the World Trade Center. They're just people who are part of your community. They're your cousin. They're your weird cousin who you don't talk to that often. That's not a terrorist.
Also,
that's a
that's
guy
bullshit.
who needs help.
It's also bullshit because we gave up Iraq and then the terrorists took it back over. What are you talking about not negotiating with terrorists? Like, you do have to negotiate with terrorists.
You do have to negotiate them, to a certain
ultimately,
extent
you do have to negotiate. Okay, fine, kill every incel. Literally. The death penalty is not. Can we do another one that's death penalty not ironic at the bottom? I mean, that's what you're saying. It's like, okay, every guy that like posted an incel thing, I guess we just like sit him in a gulag and he's gone forever. These people are often convincible because I'm saying that as someone who was not really an incel, but like incel adjacent. Like, I grew out of it, and eventually you're like, okay, you figure it out.
Yeah, I think a lot of incels.
It's hard, Yeah, yeah. Especially Gen Z seems to be very, very like the men and women tend to be like, at least from polling, like male Gen Zers tend to be more right wing and left wing, or Gen Z women tend to be more left wing or whatever, which is more polar than it used to be.
Sure.
I mean, it probably like Gen Z and younger men are gonna be more incel-y, or at least this like weird, politically sexist, I guess is what we're really talking about. Because we're really talking about
an incel. Clavicular has sex.
Yeah,
so looks
no.
maxer. You can call him an incel, but that's like a blanket term. It's not my fault that people use it as a blanket term. It changes
people are
because
using
the
it as a
culture's
blanket
lazy.
term. Yeah.
The term
Yeah.
is very specific, and it describes an individual group of people who identify themselves as involuntarily celibate. Like they are complaining and they are upset about the way in which they are unable to have sex with women. And obviously, this isn't just because they're horny. The conflation is not just that. Like, the involuntary aspect of this celibacy is that they absolutely wish that they could just have a woman be with them. It's not even about getting a nut off, like, because they can masturbate, whatever. Like, deep, deep down, there's something they think is totally wrong with them that causes them to be not responsible whatsoever for their lack of success dating. They think that they just were dealt horrible cards and that life is misery for them. That's how it feels to be involuntarily celibate. And they see other people who have girlfriends in high school, or they have people that get married and friends and family who are like, oh, why aren't you dating? And it's like, they're stuck. They're stuck in this world where there's no sympathy being given their way. If they lower
Calling
their
Andrew
standards,
Tate,
yes, they could lower their standards, but that's not the core issue. The core issue is that they hate themselves.
Yeah,
Is
right. It's not about the lowering
themselves and they
standards.
expect more than that. And if you are going to hate them with them, then that's going to become, this is a death spiral. And then they're going to be very, very open to like much more extreme people and ideas. You have to be able to extend that hand to people in your community.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
right.
That's just sexist.
think,
that guy's not in a cell. He has a child. He's not.
Yeah,
in
right. That's the funny. The guy who says females unironically probably has gotten laid.
Yeah, he's just
pretty bad.
he's just a sexist. Yeah, I mean, he's
just
not an
less
incel.
pathetic.
Yeah, he's just
less
a loser.
pathetic. Yeah,
Incel is a
he's just an
blanket term
asshole.
for loser guy,
right.
which it's not.
No,
like,
no.
Is a
That guy that was being
guy.
that guy was being blatantly sexist at the bar the other night. Like, he is like lame death penalty. He's low energy. He's probably fucked a lot. But man, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
like that guy sucks to hang out with.
No, exactly.
Which I've had it. We just have had. I think what it is we've just had male friends who can't get laid and who can like empathize. And we've been in that situation, but not maybe. I mean, I don't know. You seem like you do all right, Chaney. I do. I'm doing all right now, but like it took me a long time to figure out the trick. You've got to figure out yourself and how to sell yourself, and that can be really hard because all the advice is very generic.
Yeah.
So all the advice is like, well, just get ripped and be 6 foot. And it's like, well, I'm 5'9". I'm a 5'9" nerd who does like gender swap. So actually, that could, I got to find a weird whatever. I got to find a weird way to like sell myself, and like a lot of guys have to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't think
Anyway,
it says morph their hatred to women. Yeah, they morph it to women, but like, here's the thing: if you're on the road,
they're
and you get
focusing
cut off by
too much.
somebody, you get cut off by a guy in traffic, and they're like screaming out the window, flipping you off. Do you become mad because they're mad at you, or do you just be like, well, that's upsetting for him? Like I mean, like I'm sorry I cut him off, but like that's as best as I can do. Like I'm not going to suddenly become upset because someone's angry at me. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Like,
yeah,
is this like...
I'm learning to drive stick. I'm 3 days learning to drive stick, and I've definitely like blocked traffic. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, like it's
but
like
people get mad at you, and I just try to give them a wave. Like, it's kind of odd if you know what I'm doing, if you know what's happening, it's obvious, and I just give them a wave and say, "Sorry, man. It's my bad."
Yeah, like it's not the worst thing in the
happens.
world. It's not a death penalty. They just need people who are going to look out for them and actually treat them like human beings because they feel like they haven't been. That's the thing. That's the core issue. And if you just buy into the whole thing of it's like, oh, I hate them because they suck. It's like, come on.
Well, they're also getting incel. They really are mixing incel with the whole thing because it's like if you say Andrew Tate's an incel, Andrew Tate is a pimp and a racist.
Mean, he's not an incel. He's a criminal. The guy is like a criminal. He sucks.
he's fucked women, but
he is not an incel. That guy has had a lot of sex. He is not
a
involuntarily
lot
celibate whatsoever. He's an awful person.
There's a lot of involuntarily happening, but not in his direction. Kind of the other way.
He does attract them because they need people who are on their side. Right. They feel like he's on their side.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's going to look out for them. That's all. That's what I mean is that you are creating an environment where these weak people think that they need to attach to someone like that. Exactly. Because he's the only one. They don't create them. People, they're created like through society and too much time online. They take advantage of them.
They attract these people. Yeah.
Incels don't want help. They're entitled. I mean, it depends on the incel. Okay, I'm done talking about this. Thank you for calling. I'll get off. I gotta keep pushing. Thank you for calling. I can't keep talking about incels. Okay, you're on the line. I can see you, Guapmos. I see your phone number here. We're not talking about incels anymore. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about it anymore. I can explain it maybe better if I made a video about it. But trust me when I say I'm putting incel at bum because they can be helped. Most of the time, it's patience and it's love. You have to show kindness to these people. I'm not doing an incel conversation. We're done. They need people. There's no ethical inceldom. Inceldom is a warped ideology of self-hatred. And the only way out of self-hatred is like you have to choose that. But you need to like have people on your side. It's much, much easier when you have people who are actually willing to extend that hand. Because otherwise you're just going to be isolated and you're going to go online. You're going to go online. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to go online and look for help, and you're going to find clavicula. That's the problem. Jargon Jimbo. I'm not really sure what that means. Like, was thick there for a second? What accent? Love is always the answer, Nikito. What is a Jargon Jimbo? I'm not even sure. I'm leaving that in there. Little cross earrings, death penalty. I'm not explaining myself. We should start a merch company. It's lame. I wouldn't hang out with them. I don't like talking about business ideas, startup ideas. I hate people like that. Like, you could do it and you're gonna do great. I'm just not interested in talking about it. Messy car. Messy car is harmless. Honestly, I'm gonna go as far as to say cool. Because somebody who has a messy car is somebody who's doing a lot with their car. If it's a messy room, that's different. But if it's a messy car, it means you're going out and actually doing stuff often enough. I mean, if it's like disgusting, if it's like a hive in there, no, man. Like a messy car, like that's probably just like that's like probably a funny guy. Like a guy who has a messy car probably does it for a joke, or they're depressed. But if it's neither of those things, then it's like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Messy room, yeah, that's a little different. Messy hair dad wearing Vans. Is it better to always lie than to hate on Apple? No. I said I don't like how an Apple hater won't shut up about hating on Apple. Like, yes, we all agree that Apple sucks. We all know it sucks. They're making the phones worse on purpose. Yes, they're bad. But, like, they stink. Like, we get it. Like, I'm tired of hearing people complain about it. Like, we all agree. The phones all suck. The software and the hardware is ass. But I just don't like hearing about it. Like, I don't want to hear someone hate on Apple. I don't want to hang out with them. I know, that's ultra specific. Can all have fun with that. Just from my perspective, I'm not going to respond great to a guy who gets misogynistic justificates himself. You know, I mean, obviously, you don't have to. I don't expect women to understand that. I think it's more of like a guy's job to get on other guys about things like that. Never gets drunk, always drinking. Now, that's just a cool guy. That's the homie. If you're able to, like, maintain a constant buzz, that's cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what you mean. I mean, if you're able to maintain a buzz, if you're not a drunk, like a drunk ass dude, but you're always kind of buzzed, that's just a cool guy. That's like the coolest guy you've ever met. I don't know how many of you have met a guy like that. I mean, it's not good for his health. That's a total loser. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it is a little bit of a loser. Always drinking is crazy. High-functioning alcoholic. High-functioning alcoholic. I don't know. Those guys they're cool. They're not the homie. I wouldn't trust them to, like, babysit my kids, but it's cool. Extremely nice but not funny. That's a great person. That's just a great person. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to be funny. He's a professional drinker. Exactly. A no-homo guy in the year of our Lord 2026... I'm not hanging out with that guy. But I'm not going to death penalty him. Because it's not like somebody saying no homo in 2026. It's like, it's more just like an eye roll. I'd rather not be around you, but that's not enough for me to say you're a horrible person. Lame, extremely nice, but not funny. There's nothing wrong. Like, if you're extremely nice, that's just a good thing in this day and age. I'd fuck the homie if he had said no homo first. Yeah, I mean, pause is, yeah, it's just an evolved version of no homo. Only watches The Office. That's bum. Open your eyes. No, lame. I won't hang out with you. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Watch anything else. There's so much good stuff. There's so we have so much TV. Watch any of it. Open and often horoscope hater. We already had this one. That's death penalty. Or no, it was like not hang out with. Patagonia Peter is a guy that just LARPs as a hiker. Like, he wears Patagonia, wears hiking gear and stuff. That is bum. It's not, I wouldn't, like, there's probably people I know who are Patagonia Peter. It's LARP. It's just people that LARP. And I mean, like, a lot of modern style is just LARP. Yeah, like Tim's, Patagonia, Carhartt. It's streetwear. A lot of it is just LARP for a lot of people. But sometimes it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Like, you can look good that way. I don't know. At least it's a guy trying to look good, you know? They don't, not often do they put effort in their look. How about photographer only girls? I wouldn't hang out with them, but I don't think that's the worst thing. Because sometimes, like, that's just the way it goes. I can scroll up. You want to look at it? I'm in the way. Here's the whole thing. So far. We're not done yet. Photographer Only Girls is wild. They made a movie about this. What are you talking about? I mean, it's... I'm on the fence about it. I don't... Put them in lame. I think lame is okay. Like, if it's a guy who just started, but, like, photographer implies it's a profession, in my eyes. I don't know. I'm leaving it where it is for now. Podcast guy. Is this a guy who does a podcast or someone who listens to podcasts? I'm assuming somebody who listens to podcasts. Lame. I wouldn't hang out with you. It's the same category as, like... I'm thinking a guy who is a podcast guy is a guy who talks a lot about the podcasts he likes. Which is like, I personally just don't want to hear about that. Like, if that's just it, like, if all you're doing is talking about podcasts and how much you're like, oh, I just listened to The Yard recently. Like, I listen to podcasts, but I don't think anybody knows that. I don't tell them that. I just listen to them. A guy who is a podcast. I'm just saying, I don't tell anybody about the podcasts I listen to. I just listen to them. Like, because it's, I don't know, it's like a radio show. But I think about a guy who is like, oh, I just heard from, like, Rogan. I'm thinking a guy who likes Rogan. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. The Conan O'Brien podcast is good. Just steal the info from the podcast and pretend like you know it. Well, that's just any podcast. Listening to a podcast is just like that. The Poker Player is cool. Gambling is cool. Especially if you're, like, good at poker. That's something else. I like hanging out with a guy who's good at poker. It's fun. An artist is allowed to be bigoted, sexist, racist, awful in almost every way as long as they capture something real and moving. I can agree with that to an extent. Maybe not that extremely, but to an extent, maybe. To an extent. Like, pushing the envelope is important, and the viewer decides whether it's good or not. I unfortunately cannot listen to the same person for over an hour on a consistent basis. I gotta listen to more people. Well, like, sometimes there's multiple people, guests or whatever. I don't know. But I see what you're saying. A public complainer... That's everybody. That's the homie. I'm a public complainer. I complain all the time. I don't mean like, okay, maybe not. It's bummy. I'm thinking now, like, if it's someone who's like at a place, if you're at a place and they're like, damn, like, could have done better with the lights, like, that sucks. If they're complaining in a physical location with you around, bummy, don't like that. It's normal to complain. That's what people do. A private complainer is good, but a public complainer... Like, Larry David is the only example that's funny, because he has a show where he makes himself look funny. But, like in reality, think about a friend. You go to an Olive Garden, and they're like, yeah, I mean, this place just has fucking awful pasta, am I right? Like, loud enough for other people to hear. Or, like, the waitress walks up and leaves, and they're like, man, she didn't even really take that order very well. Like, you know what I mean? Woman archetype of most things goes harder, IMO. Yeah, the woman archetype... The woman archetype thing would just be all of them are the homie. Like, women just can't do anything wrong, you know? Like, there's rarely a woman who I'm gonna, like, rule out, like, oh, well, you know, like, they just do it better. Like, I mean, that's just not fair. It's a different league. It's a league all its own. Quiet but always invited, that's a homie. Nothing wrong with being quiet. Sometimes when you're in a room with a loud ass like myself, you gotta just be quiet. There's nothing wrong with that. Wears Rasta colors is white. I think that's harmless. I think that's harmless. I could steer y'all right. League? What do you mean league? Where? Quiet but always invited. Is okay. Rasta colors is like fine. A rave Glover? I'm not hanging out with you. What are your thoughts on the gays? Because they hate women and you are pro-women? Who said that gay people hate women? Echo chamber content, though. What's that? What is? What I'm talking about? What is echo chamber content? What I'm saying? A realtor, bro. I think they could be cool. They can help you out with like a lot of zoning regulations to help you buy a house. I like having a friend who knows how to sell homes and what the deal is. I like having that insider knowledge. I think a realtor bro is a good bro to have. Redneck but lives in the city. Death penalty. Shut up. Because they never shut up about it. They never shut up about it. A redneck who lives in the city is somebody who never shuts up about it. They have like a truck. They have a lifted truck. They won't let you hear the end of it. I can't. I can't. I can't deal with that. That's ridiculous. I hate a motherfucker like that. Because it's like, it's fine. We're in a city. You came to the city, bro. Why are you complaining about it? Shut up. A reply guy, death penalty. If you're someone who is such a fan of a creator on Twitter that you're replying to them frequently or like always there to reply, especially if it's a tweet, because tweets are just not even worth reading. That's ridiculous. Death penalty. A ringler? What the hell is a ringler? A reply guy is somebody who always replies to a post that somebody makes. Typically, like... yeah, like Ian Miles Chong. What about us? You guys are... You're stream viewers. I mean, that's a different category. They better not have one of those in here, because if they do, then I have to very tactfully pick the answer. Again, it's all 17 people. I don't know what a ringler is. Self-titled intellectual, death penalty. Has never worked at Verizon. I don't know what that means. A skater is the homie. Skating at any age is cool. Doing tricks, getting injuries, that's cool. Sneakerhead. It's harmless, but it's not cool. Guapmos Germafan is evidently trolling. I also know him in real life. How about you time him out for, an arbitrary amount of time? I don't care. You can pick. Time out Germafan, because I know him in real life. And he's trolling. Sports fan. Sports fan. Sports fan is, like, fine. Who doesn't like a sport? A straight edge is... harmless, but not always cool. Sports are fine. Because it was well baited? You're not going to time him out? Because it was well baited? That's just ridiculous. You're refusing a direct order. Suicidal guy Twitter version. I don't know what that means. Suicidal guy Twitter version? Man, what? Lay him out. I don't want to hang out with him. Terminally broke. That's the homie. Plenty of homies are terminally broke. Tyler, the Creator fan, in this day and age? To, like, this year? Death. He wants it. Death. Open fire. I say lame. Wait. What are you talking about? Tyler, the Creator fan? Oh, you mean me saying that you're refusing a direct order? Yeah. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't realize that the stream has latency. Tyler, the Creator fan is death penalty. No. Harmless. Today. In this day and age. Suicidal guy on Twitter? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hang out with that. I mean... Death on the suicidal guy? Oh, I just got a couple calls.
Chaney, you gotta go back on the fucking Christ, the suicidal guy on Twitter. He's gotta go. He's gotta go.
I like this better. I like speaking to you guys in voicemail format. It's much easier to manage. Suicidal guy on Twitter doesn't... He's death penalty? I feel like he's just lame. Yeah, I mean, they're faking it. They're on Twitter, probably. I think they're just lame. Uber Eats target demographic is a bum. That's capital B. Ouch, the wording. Weed personality is lame. I don't want to hang out with you. Chick magnet. Weirdly handy? That's the homie. It's only a good thing. Only a good thing for a friend to be homie. No, abusive people do that to control people. Fuck that. Oh. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'll put it in death penalty. Fine. I mean, that's giving them what they want. Low key. Giving a suicidal guy Twitter version the death penalty is... I mean, it sounds like we're just expediting the process. C-, but wife is insanely hot for no reason. Oh, like they're ugly, but their wife is really hot? I don't know. I mean, like, that's... I don't feel any way about that. You guys think this is homie? That's the dog? I mean, that's... Yeah, that's true. If they're a C-, but their wife is hot, like, that's probably because they're really cool. Yeah, that means they're probably really cool. That's a really good point. I was thinking about that for a second. Jargon Jimbo, I'm not going to do that. Cancel culture in the next 5 minutes. Sexist take? What do you mean? Cancel culture. The mention of cancel culture as a term in this day and age is ridiculous. Such a dude circle jerk? What are you talking about? What do you mean sexist take? Call in with an anonymous number. Call this number. Colente, call this number. Please. Call the number. Leave a voicemail. I'll listen to you. But I'm not understanding what you mean. Such a dude circle jerk? See dude with hot girl. What's wrong with that one? Speak to me. Speak to me. He's cooler when his girl is hot. No, they're saying that the implication of her being very hot makes it seem like he must be really great to have pulled someone so attractive. You know what I mean? It means like it's not an insult or sexist whatsoever. It's like this woman is so attractive, which means she has high value, whatever, that the guy she's dating must be high value in some way. But the girl has to be hot. And yeah, homie can pull. Nikito said it perfectly. Homie can pull. What about a funny girl with a hot guy? Yeah, same difference. It would be the same difference. Yeah, either way. Yeah, still cool. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's a little sexist in the sense that, like, a woman's value is attached to her looks or whatever, but, like, you know, it's just the way it is.
Hey, Chaney, I'm looking... Wait. Hello? Oh, sorry. I started playing your stream while I'm sending this voicemail, and I thought that it was you talking to me, like interrupting me, so I got really confused. Wow, that seems really dumb. The question, I feel like, you know, competitive gamer can't be in like the same category as like the Elon fan, like says females unironically. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just me.
The bar has changed. That's true. Competitive gamer was put there a while ago. I might have to move him up because, like, this is a really atrocious lineup to be a part of for competitive gamer. I disagree with that. Lame would not hang out with. Just because a competitive gamer's not on the same level as a 10 years older than girlfriend. Contrarian Elon fan, says females unironically. Hot but hateful. Like, come on. Like, those don't go together. Competitive gamer with Coke guy. I think Coke guys are all like, people were saying earlier Coke phase. I think like that's a journey somebody has to go on. A guy who's Coke guy forever isn't a Coke guy for very long. They kind of die, they die. They don't really make it that far. But who is a competitive gamer, love listening to him talk about the lore metagame and the game he played. Well, yeah, I mean, sure. But I'm thinking like a gamer who is competitive is what I'm talking about. And a gamer who is competitive kind of sucks often enough. What do you mean, Chaney? What are you laughing at? Yeah, I mean, they either die. They do kind of die. That's true. Coke guys just die. We will say cancel culture. We'll say cancel culture in the next 5 minutes. I mean, cancel culture is like an old head thing. It's not execution, but it is lame. Yeah, sorry. Not execution, but it is lame. Worked his ass off to be here. It's kind of bum, which is ironic. Cancel culture better than conspiracy theorist? Sure. There's no different conspiracies. We were like online teens during cancel culture. We were like online teens. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Worked his ass off to be here is ironically bum. In the sense that, like, you don't have to tell people how hard you've worked. Typically, your actions should speak for themselves. If you have to convince somebody that you've worked so hard, that's kind of bummy. You know what I mean? It's like saying, do you know who I am? Like, that's bummy. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, come on. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. Yeah, let me see if I can make this thing fit here. That's all of them. I've got the whole tier list done here now. This is the final encapsulation. We've got it all, folks. This is it. I like this. Always lying. Caught adult. Crypto gambler. Only an hour 12 over. Okay. I was planning to do till 11. And this just kind of happened. Okay. I did not get as many viewers for this stream as I did on the last couple. So that makes me think that maybe this isn't something that people like to see. But I also don't really care. Because I like taking the phone calls and I like having the chat interact, but I want to find more dynamic ways than just a chat show. I feel like just sitting and taking calls with a prompt, it can be fun. But I want it to be more interactive. What is this? This is a tier list of all the male archetypes. How I would rank them. Can we call over Discord? Why? What would you want to say to me? I think this was engaging. I liked doing this tier list more than I liked doing the call streams. Because sometimes it's kind of hard to come up with good prompts and ideas.
Rank them. Can we call over Discord? Wow.
Excellent voicemail. Very informative. I'm trying to find ways to involve the audience more. Because just sitting and taking a call and then talking to them and then letting them go is like fine. It's just I think there's more to be done. I want to, like in morning radio, have people call in regarding hot button topics. Yeah, I mean, I did do that. It's like a late night hot button topic discussion thing. But I like to do stuff. More polls. I like to do stuff more than I like to just chat. Because sometimes, like, I don't like the burden of having to come up with stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, how can I... What could Trump have done better? Oh, man, that sucks. That sucks. I don't want to ask that question at all. Like, I want my streams to be more Germa-esque. I want them to be more creatively involved. Not just like a platform for talking. Which I'm fine with having occasional discussions with people. But I'm not interested in being like the therapy gecko. I kind of want it to be a show that people can involve themselves in. I don't think mukbang is next, no. But thank you for suggesting anything at all. I can tell you care about the program.
Okay, I fucked up, all right? I didn't realize that you were going to go straight to voicemail. I wasn't prepared. Anyways, no, I think that, I think the call-in is the bit. This is the first call-in show that I've found. I know they aren't that uncommon. I'm sure there's some around, but yours was the first one I found. I think that is sort of something to be said for the premise. But I do think that yeah, you could do something with this. I don't think you can't change the format, but I do think that calling in is cool. Maybe if you were like maybe more aggressive about taking people off, and you didn't like you were like really aggressive about cutting dead air. Or not letting people, like, ramble for long periods of time, which maybe you're too nice to do that. But I'm just saying, like, maybe that would help. I don't know. Whatever, bye.
I see what you mean, and I agree. I've got to get better at that. It's difficult. It's so difficult. But it's also, like, I personally want it to be more of a spectacle, if that makes sense. Like, I want the stream to be full contact if I can. Like, I can always sit here and just take calls. If you're not interested, no one is. Yeah, I know, it's hard. Like I'm trying to create it to be like kind of like an interactive circus, and I'm not sure specifically how, but I want it to be. I like the idea of me playing a game or doing a tier list, and like I can take a call at any time and just have some random person from anywhere, like any random chatter, can just directly have a line of communication with me. It's the struggle is also entertaining. I can appreciate that too. The chat is bored, I mean, like, we are still so small that you don't have to worry about it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. But, Tiffany Raw Time was hanging up on bitches 30 seconds in. Yeah, I think I want that. Like, I would have dedicated streams, like, scheduled out where I would just take calls. But that would need to be a situation in where I'm actually getting calls. Because I'm not always getting calls. Like, if I'm cutting people off every 30 seconds... then you're going to be surprised by how few people are calling into the show. I don't have that many people calling in. So it's not popular enough at this point in time to really commit to that. But I would like to be it at some point. Anyways. It's late. I'm over time. I'm over time by 47 minutes. It was supposed to be a 2-hour stream, but got distracted making an incel argument. But I appreciate everybody for calling in. Also, people aren't really interested most of the time. Let's try to be, and it doesn't happen. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, that's another thing. That's another thing. That's another problem, is that it's like, it is kind of, no offense to anybody who's called in. I appreciate everybody who's called in and supports the show. It's very sweet of you all. But not everything you have to say is worth hearing. And sometimes, like, I just have to, like, pull stuff out of people. And, like, I don't blame them for that. Like, it's my show. I have to make it entertaining. And I just think to myself, I'm like, I'm trying to get this to go, and somebody's talking about something that's not that interesting. And it's like, I think a lot of people think that what they have to say is more interesting than it actually is. And I have to kind of do the legwork to make it as interesting as I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be more entertaining. So what is the next for the Chainster? I feel like it was entertaining. Yeah, I mean, what's next is I'm probably going to do more stuff vaguely like this. I'm going to try a couple things out. Hopefully I can Ranting about the YouTube career, we got you. But hey, I'm not ranting. I'm like kind of asking for some insight. I'm looking at doing other things with the stream, being more interactive, having like games that we play together or something like that. Oh, I want to keep the phone line open always, but I want it to be more involved. I like having the direct line of communication with viewers, but that's the most important thing. Everything else is like a secondary. And then maybe I could do different types of streams once I get a schedule down. I'm figuring it out as I go. Sorry, every pony. Thanks, brother. I tried. Yes, thank you all for calling. I appreciate every call that's made. Even if I don't think it's the most interesting thing, I think it's always fun to hear from people. It's very interesting. Gaming and chatting, are you sure? Yeah, never been done before. Never seen anybody game and chat before. Maybe you should only do like voicemails. Maybe. I'll try things out. Only call back if it's great. If it's great. That'll be my standard. I'll have that on the screen. It'll say, oh, I will only talk to you if you're great. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you guys for all being here. I gotta go. I have to work tomorrow morning. I gotta go into work too. So, sleep well, everybody. Have a good rest of your night. I will see you all on Thursday. Oh, no, not you. You know what? Mods, if Assassin Bagel asks the question, ban his ass. Ban his ass for life. Get rid of him. Throw away the key. You got one chance, Assassin Bagel. If you ask the question, ask the question. Ask it. Ask it. And you'll be erased. You'll be erased. You will be erased if you ask the question. I'm promising you. I'm telling you right now. You're staring down the barrel. Nothing to say? All right. All right. That's what I thought. Okay, everybody. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys all on Thursday at 8 p.m. I'm going to try to start the stream at 8 p.m. on Thursday. 8 p.m. EST and run it till 11. So that's about a 3-hour stream. Makes it easier. So I'll try to be there at 8 p.m. on Thursday, and I'll have a different idea. Oh, ban him! Ban him! Ban him! Get him a 24-hour timeout. Timeout Assassin Bagel. He just did it. He asked the question. Time him out. Mods, sick him. Mods, erase him. Mods, pants this guy. Mods, take this guy out back and shoot him. Mods, abduct his children. Thank you. You did your job. You did your job. Mod, singular. Good job. All right. All right, I'll see you guys all on Thursday. I'll see you on Thursday at 8 p.m. EST. Have a good night, everybody.